welcome everyone. As soon as I start the stream, there's a thunderstorm that goes outside, but I guess that's what happens. You know, when you pick to stream at this time of the day. Right, I'm just gonna quickly double check if my door is shut. It's not. Right, I'm ready. Ready to do and stream the opening day of the season. This was literally made within 10 minutes, this whole setup, so hope it looks fine for you guys. Hope the microphone is fine as well. I haven't really been able to check the audio, so fingers crossed it's fine. I'm sorry if I'm going to be full of wind. It's because I've literally just thrown lunch down me as well, and I've just realised my work has been cancelled, so it means I can stream today. That's good to hear. I'm not muted. Right. New season, you know, I've got to set the standards now. I'm growing a little bit in my YouTube channel. I've got to set my standards here. I've got to raise these standards. So it's good to hear that. You sadly won't be in the game because of work. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. I mean, if you're able to hear this, then, you know, fair play. Oh, it looks like Benjamin Bloom's just gone live as well. Right, well, we'll see how this goes today. But I'm trying to make it look as neat as I can. If you've noticed, I've included League One scores as well. I'm not really going to have enough space for League Two games, unfortunately. So we've got the Championship and the League One scores ticking below, right behind me. Below me. A bit Soccer Saturday-ish, I guess. Johnny Burrow, welcome to the stream. You got a point last night. Yes, and in fact, I could do a quick capture. So yeah, you're going to see Sofa score, but I can also show it on XM. I don't know if I can. No, I can't, because I've got to use a different window for this. Let's see if I can quickly change it, just so I can show you guys how I calculate your points. Because I'm doing it by a different approach this year. Excel is open. Okay, so I can show you. So guys, look at this. This is how I'm calculating your points. So everyone has got their names recorded right here. Games are listed down there. I've changed the leaderboard a little bit to make it championship themed. So as you can see, this is how I've made it. And if you scroll across, that's all the competitors. And I've written down and noted down all your scores. And if you see the points down here, is the amount of points everyone has got so far. So Charlie Brown, quite right. You said you've got 1 point. That's exactly what I've noted down here. So a little bit of an exclusive for you guys. This is how I've recorded your points for the leaderboard. Jaden Biggs, welcome to the stream. It's good for me to hear that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the support for the channel. Jamie Gould, welcome to the stream. Jab BCSC, I can't watch this, but can't help watch the Blues. I start at 6:30. Well, I guess you got to do what you can. You predicted 2-2. Yeah, I think, yeah, some of you did. Yeah, Johnny Burrow did. JR 2010 did. I was really surprised. Yeah, Jack BCSC and Mr. Football all predicted 2-2 before the game started. So I'm quite amazed with that. I was thinking 2-2 was going to be a score not many people were going to get right. But how wrong was I very clearly? Right, let's go back to Sofa score. And then we can see what we have got. You've wrote it on a document to keep up the scores. Ah, fair enough. You predicted 2-2. Yeah, well, you don't know. I always see you in BENHD's comments. Well, we're both fans, aren't we? You know, I've watched him for, I don't even know how long, since 2017, I would say. Maybe even 2016. So it's been a while. It has been a while. Right, so let's stop being so soppy. Let's move on with our previews with all the squads. So right now, as you can see, I'm just quickly checking. Yes, you can see. This is what Blackburn's squad is against Swansea. And as expected, Adam Armstrong is not starting based on his uncertain future with Blackburn. Right, I'm going to actually have to leave for about 2 seconds because Gatsby, if OG fans will know, he's my cat. He now wants to leave my bedroom. He's been in my bedroom all day today, and now he wants to leave. So 2 seconds, let me just open the door for him. Right, there shan't be any more interruptions now, methinks. Looking forward to Friday, Brentford against Arsenal. Yes, that's a really exciting debut game for the Premier League this year. So yeah, for squad they've got Pickering, Lenny Han as captain, Daniel Ayala, Ryan Liambe there. Let me just scroll down a bit. There you go. John Butley, Travis Rothwell, Tyrese Dolan, a really good upcoming talent there. Gallagher and Brereton up front, which is what I did expect to see if Armstrong wasn't available. Let's look at the bench. So we've got East Ham, Carter, Maguire, Magloire, I think that's how you say that. Garrett, Davenport, McBride, and Butterworth. I won't lie, their bench options aren't too thrilling, to be honest. And Adam Armstrong not even in the squad. It can only go one way with that. Let's look at Swansea's. So, we've got Bender, I think, in goal. We've got Latibui. I can't even say his name. I'm just going to call him Joel because I can't say his surname. I'm going to have to practice that. So, it looks like they've gone for a back three, which is interesting. Cabango and Jake Bidwell. No Collar Roberts, but I think he's still injured. Norton and Bennett, looking like they're going to be the fullbacks in this. They've got Matt Grimes as captain and Corey Smith. Despite the heavy interest on Matt Grimes, he's still in the squad and captain. Liam Cullen being a winger, which is interesting. Jamie Patterson already making his debut for Swansea. He literally signed for them yesterday. And interesting that he's already making a start. And Jamal Lowe up front, which I did expect. I think Jamal Lowe's got a really important role this year. Carl Joseph's on the bench along with Whittaker. So, yeah, they've got two strikers on the bench. Jan Danda as well, who could be up, going up wide. Brandon Cooper. Gosh, I tell you what. Once again, that bench doesn't really leave me with much hope. Let's go to Cardiff and Barnsley now. Now, with Cardiff, I expect a pretty different squad based on the injuries they've got. So, I've got Phillips in goal over Smithies. Okay, that's interesting. Joel Bagan, Curtis Nelson, Aidan Flint, Matt McGuinness, and Perry Ng. So they've gone for a back five, which doesn't surprise me. It's Mick McCarthy. Joe Walls, Bakuna, Marlon Pack as the midfield. Okay, that looks good. James Collins over Kiefer Moore and Ryan Giles. Okay, so I've got two strikers there. That's interesting. Maybe in future terms, they're going to try and put Kiefer Moore and James Collins, maybe? Okay. So I've got Smithies in the bench. Morrison is on the bench and Kiefer Moore's on the bench, but they're not starting, right? So we've got Ruben Colwell, who I think will be important. Wintorn, their new signing, is on the bench. Sam Bone and Mark Harris there. Sunjic might go Albion. I have heard about that rumour. Huddersfield squad is very poor. Cardiff start Collins, but Moore not fit to start. Yeah, Moore's still carrying a knock and he's recovering from COVID. I think out of possession, Swansea play a 5-2-3, but in possession... Oh, so you just leave a message. Any radio apps that I can listen to football without Wi-Fi? I don't know. Maybe Radio 1, 2, 3 or 4 might have the football. I don't know if Sky have got a football thing. I'm not too sure. I'm sure there's stuff available. To be honest, I don't really use radio, so I wouldn't be able to help you. Right, we don't have a lot of time. Let's quickly look at Barnsley's squad. Right, Brad Collins, we've got Liam Kitching there with Michael Heelick and Toby Sibic here. Callum Britton, Callum Stiles, as expected, he's in that midfield role now, rather than the left-hand side here. Romel Palmer, Ben Williams, Dominic Freesia, Collie Woodrow starts up front with Carlton Morris. God, that front three looks really spicy for Barnsley. What about their bench? Right, come on, scroll down, please. Thank you. Here's Marcus Shop. So, Jack Walton, the other keeper, Jesper Moon, Jordan Williams, Clark Adair, Abraham, Josh Benson, the new transfer they got from Burnley, and Cameron Thompson. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, once again, I'm not being too overwhelmed with too many benches. I think Cardiff's bench being the best bench, but that's because they can't start most of their first-team players. Right, here's Derby and Huddersfield. Now, we got some very recent news. They did manage to sign Curtis Davis. They signed Richard Stearman recently. They signed one other, which I can't remember in the top of my head right now. They just signed Ravel Morrison just now as well. So yeah, here's Curtis Davis, Craig Forsyth, Richard Stearman, Nathan Bird. So they've actually got two recognisable centre-backs now, with Kelly Roos in goal, Max Bird, Graham Shinnie, Louis Watson. Yeah, he's someone that you don't tend to see, with Tom Lawrence there, Cameron Joswiak, and Conor Gazim Richards. I think you would have seen Jason Knight down there, but of course, Wayne Rooney injured him. Let's look at their bench. Ryan Allsop, yeah, that was the other one they signed. Yeah, Allsop they signed with Cashin, Hutchinson, Sibley. Okay, Sibley, I think maybe could have started. Liam Thompson, Ibasau, and Dylan Williams. Yeah, their bench doesn't fill me with too much hope. Let's look at Huddersfield. Okay. Don't do that. So good. Sheffield in goal. Levi Colwill from Chelsea. Okay, I'm interested to see how he does. Naby Sarr and Matt Pearson. Okay, so Pearson and Turton. So three of the back line for Huddersfield making their debut today. Jonathan Hogg being the captain. Scott Hyde, not seen too much of him. Dwayne Holmes, okay, should be all right. Daniel Ward with Sorba Thomas and Jordan Rhodes up front. Okay, so there's no Fraser Campbell. Fraser Campbell is on the bench. Jackson, Vallejo, Reece Brown, Sinani from Norwich is there, and Josh Koroma. Josh Koroma not starting. Okay, maybe he's picking up an injury. I don't know. What have we got here? 3-4-3. You're mega confused. Creeper Boy, welcome to the stream. You don't want to see Reading's bench. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see it pretty soon. Yeah, Derby could really sign only out-of-contract players. Basically, the cheap options, really. They can't spend a penny, really. Next is Luton and Peterborough. Oh, I've not even looked at Bristol City and Blackpool, so I completely forgot about them. Right, let's quickly do that. Benny in goal, De Silva, Baker, Atkinson, Viner. Okay, that doesn't look like a bad back four there. Andy King is right in that midfield position. So, yeah, obviously Bristol City got him. Previously played for Leicester and Huddersfield. We'll see if he does better here. All right, we've only got 4 minutes here. Matty James, another new signing playing as well with Alex Scott here. Okay, that's someone I've not seen often. Andres Weimann makes his return from his really long injury from last season. Here's Callum O'Dowda with Chris Martin up front. Honestly, I think that squad is good, but I would have had Naki Wells over Chris Martin. But apart from that, that looks a really simple squad. In fact, I am a bit surprised Callis isn't starting over Baker. Maybe he's still recovering from the Euros. He did have a very long Euros after all. Palmer on the bench, Simpson. Their squad on paper doesn't look that bad, Bristol City. It's just, they need to churn in those performances. Right, Blackpool squad. Maxwell in goal. Load of clean sheets in League One. We're going to have to try and continue that this year. With Garbutt, James Husband, Richard Keogh, and Cannon Connolly. Right, I did expect that back four. Keshi Anderson, Grant Ward, Reece James. Okay, so the new transfer from Doncaster is in the central midfield, which is intriguing. CJ Hamilton there, and Jerry Yates, despite the interest he's playing, with Tyrese John Jules up front. Okay. They've got Grimshaw on the bench, Casey, Sonny Carey, Antwi, Josh Bowler, which I think is a good signing from Everton, and Shane Lavery. Interesting. Right, let's go to Luton and Peterborough. We've not got too much time. Let me just actually quickly read comments first. Where's Toff? Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know where Toffolo is. He's not on the squad at all. For Huddersfield, yeah, you're quite right there. Right, Sluga in goal for Luton. Amari Bell, Kyle Naismith, Gabriel Osho, James Bree, Fred Onyedema, Alan Campbell, Pelly Roddick in Panzu. He signed a new deal recently, which was big. Jordan Clark at the left-hand side with Cornick and Adebayo up front. That's looking a pretty strong Luton squad. On the bench, they've got Shea, Glenn Ree, Carlos Mendes Gomez, who I'm really excited to see, Henry Lansbury with Peter Chioso, Cameron Jones, and Animal Bisquay. I tell you what, Luton's squad is looking a little bit more dangerous than normal. Peterborough squad, so back five, Christy Pym with Frankie Kent there, obviously I know from Colchester. Joe Tomlinson, Beavers here, Josh Knight there, who played in, who did he play last season? I can't remember. He's Leicester. I can't even remember what team he played for last season. Might be in Coventry. I can't remember. Thompson there, Joe Ward, Dan Butler, Sammy Smodics. Of course, I'm going to know a lot about Sammy Smodics. Here's George Grant, one of League One's player for seasons with Johnson, Clark, Harris up front. So no Siriki Dembele in that squad. He's not even on the bench, which is interesting. Idris Kanu, Ethan Hamilton, Harrison Burrows, Joe Randall, Ronnie Edwards. I've heard a lot of good things about him. And there's no Kwame Poku either. Okay, so there's a couple of people missing. Right, my TV's about to turn off, which is literally the wrong time for the TV to turn off. I need it to be on right about now. B. Martin, welcome to the stream. I thought James was a striker for Donny. Nah, he was a defender, James. He played for left back, but transitioned to left wing a little bit. But no, I'm used to James playing in the left-hand side rather than being a striker. You've got Sluga for fantasy. Okay, that's all right. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be streaming again. Right, we've got 10 seconds until 3 o'clock. Right, let's quickly look at Preston and Hull squad, and then we'll move on to talking through the game. So, Declan Rudd in goal. So, Iverson, despite signing, I think it would have been He would have not been, with too much energy and fitness. So Declan Rice, unsurprisingly, in goal there. Andrew Hughes, Liam Lindsay, Jordan Storey. Not the strongest backline for me, with Tom Barkhuizen, Ryan Leighton, Alan Brown, Ben Whiteman, Greg Cunningham. Okay, that's not a bad midfield. Then Emil Reese and Ched Evans. Yeah, that strike partnership doesn't excite me. No Stefan Berg. Yeah, on the bench, Patrick Bauer there. Obviously, he's carried a long-term injury alongside with Andres Weimann, but he's on the bench. Daniel Johnson on the bench as well, which is interesting as well. Let's look at Hull. So they have got Matt Ingram in goal, which I did call. Josh Emmanuel, Alfie Jones, Jacob Greaves, Louis Coyle. I'm not too sure about that back four. Richard Smallwood had a really important role for Hull, so I think he will be important this year. George Moncur, new signing there. King Lewis Potter, Greg Doherty, Malik Wilkes in the right-hand side, which I thought. With Josh McGinnis up front, so no Tom Eves. He's going to be on the bench, I think. Yep, he's right there. With Andy Cannon on the bench as well. Deshaun Bernard, a new signing, and Nathan Baxter, another new signing on the bench also. Right, I've only just remembered I've not got Super 6 done. Goddamn. Well, I wasn't going to win Super 6 anyway, so did I cover all of the teams? Right, I've not covered Queensborough Rangers and Millwall and Stoke and Reading. Let's just really, really quickly now look at QPR and Millwall. Oh, don't do this to me. Right, we've got Deane, DeReach, Dickey and Barbe. Looks like about 3/back 5 with Ojebayo and Lee Wallace being the wing backs, with Dominic Ball with Stephen Johansson as captain. Willock up front with Dykes and Austin. Very attacking squad. Archer on the bench with Gunn, Osman Kai being a really, really good player. Dozzle, Betache. I thought that said backache. Albert Doma, George Thomas. Yeah, very strong squad for QPR. Let's look at Millwall's. Beneka Fobe and Jed Wallace starting together. That's going to be a really interesting strike partnership. With McNamara, George Saville making his return to Millwall, George Evans, Kifton Bell with Scott Malone, who signed a new deal, Murray Wallace with Sean Hutchinson and Daniel Ballard making his first start for Millwall, with Bartosz Białkowski in goal. That's going to be a close game, that. And finally, Stoke and Reading. Let's look at their squad very quickly. So, Bursick in goal. That's interesting. With Josh Tyman, along with Fawkes, Daniel Batt, Ben Wilmot making his first start for Stoke, Tommy Smith there. Mario Vrancic making his first start there with Joe Allen, Lick Powell, and the front two of Jacob Brown and Stephen Fletcher. I don't know about that strike partnership, to be honest. Klukas on the bench with Sam Surridge, who could make his first start. Tom Ince even on the bench. Jordan Thompson, Harry Souttar, the defensive option on the bench. Stoke have got a great squad. It's just, once again, like Bristol City, they've got to churn out these performances. Then Reading, Rafael Cabral with Ethan Bristow, Liam Moore, Michael Morrison, Andy Yeardom, Andy Rinamoto, Tom McIntyre, John Swift, Josh Laurent, starting there. Then Femi Aziz with Lucas Zhao. I don't know. What? On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the bench. I did know Ready's squad was small, but bloody hell. Puskas, Titek, Kamara, Holmes, and oh my gosh, I think I gave Reading a bit too much hope there. Right, they're starting 11. Better not get injured. Otherwise, they've literally got no options on that bench. Right. Let's actually go back to this. 15 viewers. Bloody hell. Thank you guys for tuning in there. No offense, but to stay, we need to beat teams like Blackpool. Oh, are you a Bristol City fan? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of expectation going on with Bristol City. They've got a really good squad on paper. They just need to really turn up their performances against newly promoted teams, likewise with Blackpool. We're still on 705 subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I do appreciate all of you watching. It's really good to be back there. Yeah, Forth, I've scored the first goal in the 3 o'clock games, but we're looking at Championship and League One here. News away from Championship, actually. Chelsea close to a green deal, 115 million euros for Lukaku. Getting a bit Kepa vibes from that with panic buying, but you know what? If it's the good option, if it's the best option we can do, it's the best option we can do. Damn it, you didn't have time to do the prediction. Oh, that's all right. Honestly, Creeper Boy, there's always next week, Even if you don't do it at the start of this season, you've got a huge chance to make up some points. But the fact you can get 3 points at once, I think is really, really big as well. I've only got the TV by my side, but due to copyright, I'm not going to have the audio on. I wish I was able to listen to the TV whilst talking to you guys. It would make things so much easier, but I can't unfortunately do that. I don't have the technology for that. Yeah. honestly, looking at those squads, a couple of them really do impress me. A couple of them not too sure about, especially the benches as well. Looking a little bit basic, bit bland. All right. Libertine29. Hi, I'm a Derby fan and I don't have any hope, but hopefully we can stay up. Oh, I hope so too. You know, Derby are a great club with a load of history, and it would be an unbelievable achievement, you know, if Derby stay up based on position. Right. We've got the first goal in the EFL. It's not in League 1 or the Championship, though. It's League 2. Harrogate have taken the lead against recently relegated Rochdale. Luke Armstrong with the goal. But yeah, everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm not used to getting these viewers already, really, so thank you guys. I'm going to talk through all the goals. Obviously, with the ticker down in my stream, it's League 1 and Championship games. We will be talking about all of the goals. I will be reacting to all of the goals as well, and I'll be reading all of your comments. Yeah, Harrogate, North Yorkshire, if I'm right in saying as well. So I wouldn't back my geography, but I think it is North Yorkshire. So yeah, Harrogate, brilliant start for them in their, I believe, second season now in League 2. I know I'm not going to get fooled by that jab. Birmingham are playing later. I've even got a stream scheduled for this as well. So, if you guys aren't lucky enough, you're going to see me twice today. Going to do this 3 p.m. watch-along, but also followed by my live reaction of Sheffield United and Birmingham as well. So, it's a double stream today. And honestly, I didn't think I was going to do the stream, but my work cancelled literally last minute. So I'm thinking, you know what? I can actually quickly set this up. And I did. Somehow I did quickly set this up. Oh my gosh. Right. Thanks to 15 of you watching. If we can really smash that like target, if we can get to 20 likes, that'd be fantastically appreciative. And as you can see from the title, it says the road to 800 subs. We're 5% away from 700 to 800 now. If you can really try and go for it. I mean, at this rate, it's taken me 2 weeks to jump from 50 each time. So you would think in the next couple of months or so, I could get that. And we've got the first goal in League 1. Lincoln taking the lead against Gillingham. And it's Teo Eden with the goal. So the first goal out of the top 2 EFL divisions go to Lincoln Town, taking the lead against Gillingham. Let's find Lincoln here. They have scored. It is 1-0 to Lincoln. Am I going to do a watch-along for Fulham Borough game tomorrow? I plan to. I hope so. It really depends what I've got in the way of just things to do. But I should be able to. No. Watching Emergency. I watch too much Leicester as well. I would like to know what sort of diagnosis that would be. It's too long to wait. Yeah, I know. It's really tough, you know, having to wait all this time. But honestly, I'm just so happy that football's back. Well, but if they're not showing the Lincoln goal, I want to see the Lincoln goal. Who do I support? Great question, B. Martin. So in the Premier League, I support Chelsea because my dad has supported Chelsea. My uncle supports Chelsea as well. It's gone into the family. And in terms of other leagues, I don't support a team in the Championship, so I'm completely unbiased for Championship teams. I support Colchester in League 2 because I'm an Essex lad, so that's why I support Colchester. But if my local team would be Chelmsford City, which are in the 6th tier of English football. It's technically 3 teams. Right, I think we may have a first goal in the Championship. They're just reacting to something. I think it's a goal at Deepdale, and it's Preston who have taken the lead against Hull City. I'm just going to try and react to his goal again. I don't know who scored it. It is at Deepdale, the first goal. Come on, show me the goal. I want to see it. It looks like it's Emil Rees-Jacobson with the goal. And I don't know why they're not showing it. I want to see the goal. Come on. What are you doing, Sky Sports? You always show us the goals. Why aren't you showing us the goals this time? Right. They may show Lincoln's goal. Let's see if we can react to that. Right. So, yeah, it was Teo Eden who scored the first goal for Lincoln. what are all the games today? Well, all the games are ticking below in the bottom of the stream. So we've already got 2 goals to comment on. Teo Erdun for Lincoln taking the lead against Gillingham, and Preston scoring the first championship goal against Hull City. They're not showing the goals. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is so irritating. Are you telling me I'm going to need iPlayer to see these goals now? That is so annoying. Last season, you could see every championship goal go in, and now they won't show it. I'm going to have to see it on the highlight reel, so I could be talking absolute tripe. Let's just... What is SofaScore saying? Are SofaScore going to tell me how the goal was scored? I mean, I don't even know how detailed they are. Let's quickly see from there. Right, so let's go to Preston here. So... Preston looking like they've started very, very well. Barkusen with the assist. So looking at their positions, maybe Barkusen put in a dangerous cross and Reese got the better of the defenders. I mean, I did say I really fear that back line for Hull, which is, you know, the thing I'm a bit worried about with them. I might be going to Blues versus Colchester, but not 100% sure. Well, you are at home, I think, so it will be a home game for you. I'd be very intrigued to see how Colchester get on against the Birmingham. This is... I can't believe Sky aren't showing this. Right, we've got some more goals to talk about. Not Preston. Harrogate have scored a second against Rochdale. Rochdale having a dreadful start back in League 2. And Wickham have just scored against Accrington. And it's Gareth McCleary with the opening goal against Accrington. Wickham making a dream start in their return to League 1. They'll be wanting to make an immediate return to the Championship, and Gareth McCleary is doing exactly that. 1-0 Wickham. Let's change that score very quickly. So Wickham 1, Accrington 0. Have I changed the Preston score? I don't think I have, actually. No, I have changed the Preston score. I stand corrected. I have. Why haven't Sunderland and Wigan kicked off? That's a good question. Right, another goal in Yorkshire, and it's Rotherham. Freddie Ladapo has scored against Peterborough. So the recently relegated teams are doing really, really well. Obviously, the other recently relegated team, Sheffield Wednesday, are playing against Charlton later. But Rotherham and Wickham are doing exactly what they needed to do, which is to set the scene for League 1. They've both scored very, very quickly. Freddie Ladapo for Rotherham and Gareth McCleary for Wickham. 1-0. I'll look into why Sunderland and Wigan have not kicked off. I'm going to see if I can try and find that out. I can't believe Sky aren't showing the well, they are showing the games, but they're not showing the goals, which is so irritating. Like, why have they just run out of money to afford, you know, to show the goals now? I'm going to have to watch all of them later. This is so annoying. Right, we've got our second championship goal, and maybe against the run of play, Millwall have taken the lead against Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers are a dark horse for many teams, but Millwall, we know what they're capable of, and it's Jed Wallace with the goal. Unbelievable. This is going to be a real eye-catchy result. Right, I did predict 2-1 with Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall in the way of Queen's Park Rangers, so my prediction is not completely gone and done and dusted yet, but Millwall taking the lead. I don't think Queen's Park Rangers would have wanted that. When Millwall take the lead, typically, they are very, very tough to overturn. I mean, last time these two played against each other, I think it was a 5-goal thriller. So maybe we're going to see a very similar fate this time. But you know what? The more entertaining the games, the better for me. And, oh gosh, I'm really excited. Right. I tell you what I should have done. I should have put hashtags on the description. Need Queen's Park Rangers to score 3 and not concede anymore. I mean, that seems simple enough, doesn't it? I need to quickly change the description to put hashtags in, because now I know how to put hashtags onto my YouTube channel. Hashtag EFL, hashtag Watchalong. These are going to be the 3 hashtags. And hopefully, it should mean people from Benjamin Bloom should be able to see my stuff easily as well. Just something I'm learning a little bit more in the YouTube scene. Declan Wright is off. My gosh. Right, so it means Iverson will have to go on. What I really need to do, and in fact, I'm really tempted. Can I watch Sky Sports or Soccer Saturday on my phone and then live stream it? Because if I can live stream it via my phone, I can hear the commentary, which is probably... I can. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic there. I can do that. Actually, hang on a minute. This could be something what I might do. Here. Right. So no. Okay. Well, we've got a third goal between Harrogate and Rochdale. Rochdale responding quickly. Chris Johnston in the 14th minute. 3 goals already in that game between Harrogate and Rochdale. When is Sunderland and Wigan starting? I mean, it's supposed to be starting now, but I don't know why it's delayed. I'll look into that. I don't think I can watch it via my phone, which is, yeah, I can't. That's irritating. Right, unless I could. No, I could. No, I lie, I could. I can watch it via my phone, and that actually I think is going to be better. But problem is, there's going to be a slight delay, though. There is going to be a delay. I don't know by how much, but I hope it's not by much. In fact, it actually might be... Yeah, it's a huge delay on my phone. So I don't know if I probably can. But what I could potentially do is just have it in my ear, just so I can refer back to any commentary, okay? Bristol City already have an injury this season. Oh, that's not good. I mean, to be honest, Bristol City unfortunately have a load of their players injured. Just listening to the Luton commentary. Well, okay. Well, I'm hearing Luton are being the better team against Peterborough. Wickham have just scored a second goal against Accrington Stanley here. A dream start for Wickham Wanderers. And it's Gareth McCleary again with his second goal already of this season. An unbelievable start for Wickham Wanderers. Need to finish this tea. Right, I'm just listening to the Blackburn and Swansea commentary. They're acknowledging Swansea's style of football, which we did expect it to change. Russell Martin, very passive manager. Really likes his team to pass the ball a lot. So it's good that Swansea have managed to learn about it very, very quickly. It could be a bit of a risk, for this side to learn as quick as that. But... right now, they are passing it, but in terms of chances, I'm hearing Blackburn have done better. So it should be a good contest between Blackburn and Swansea. Right, currently Stoke and Reading is 0-0. They're just going to quickly do some commentary on that. Apparently road closures in the area, that's why the Sunderland game is delayed, and they said start at 3:15. Right, okay. So some delays getting people to the stadium, it sounds like. That's not good. Yeah, I'm listening to the Wickham commentary when they scored against Accrington. It looks like Accrington are not defending very, very well, but Wickham are having an unbelievable start. Literally the dream start for Wickham there. I don't think there's been any more goal of mouth action, really. We had a load of goals. In fact, whilst we try and recover from all these goals, let's go to not to YouTube. Let's go to SofaScore here, and we'll reflect how all the momentum's going. So let's look at Bristol City and Blackpool. Interesting. Look at this. So it's really chopping and changing this momentum. Oh, looks like O'Dowda was the one who picked up that injury, B. Martin. Oh, that's such a shame. And Casey Palmer's, I mean, at least you've got a good player in Casey Palmer coming on, but that's a real shame. I hope Callum O'Dowda's all right. Another player who's been plagued with injuries. Let's look at Luton and Peterborough. Cool, Peterborough with that tiny spell there, but since then it's been all Luton Town. Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall. Look at this. Look at this bit of spell from Millwall here. I tell you what, I think potentially Millwall are starting quite well this season. Preston and Hull. Okay, so Preston started well. Yeah, there's that injury to Declan Rudd there. He is gone, and Iverson will be taking his place. Hull trying to get back into this game, it looks like, but they've not really been attacking. Derby and Huddersfield. All Huddersfield, it looks like there, but then Derby with a tiny spell here. But look how tiny these bars are. It looks like both of these sides are not really attacking well. Stoke and Reading a bit back and forth with the momentum, as you can see. So Stoke started well, then Reading have had a good spell here. Maybe they had a really good chance just now. Chances go for here. Not much momentum, but it looks like Barnsley just edge it. But maybe Cardiff are having a better spell now, trying to pull it back. Now, Blackburn and Swansea, this is definitely the most elongated bars I have seen. So Blackburn clearly had a really good spell here. Swansea are just trying to keep the ball a bit, it looks like here. So that's why they've got that little spike of momentum here. Interesting for what I've seen. So if we look at the table now... BENHD will be saying stop the count, because look at this, Preston North End currently top with Millwall second. Barnsley and Derby join West Brom and Bournemouth in the top 6, and Hull, QPR and Fulham in the bottom 3 at the moment. I mean, Fulham have not even really played a game yet, so it's not really fair on them. But God, it's some really interesting developments going on right now. I mean, this is a sort of excitement that I really want to see in the Championship season. WJ, welcome to the stream. I think Lewis O'Brien is joining Leeds in 2 weeks. I mean, if that's the case, then Huddersfield would not like that whatsoever. I'm going to Coventry versus Nottingham Forest tomorrow. I'm going for 1-1. We will not get smashed, but then it'll be a close. Yeah, I mean, I know I've edged Forest to win. That's probably because Forest have done the better of Coventry in the last 2 meetings. And Forest have made quite a fair few good signings. They had made Philip Zinkernagel today. I'll be interested to see if he starts. Coventry, in general, the only thing I do fear a little bit is their defence could be weakened without Leo Ostergaard now. But, having said that, they have got some great transfers in, including Waghorn. So, it would not be, definitely not be a one-sided contest. I'm really excited to see who gets the difference there. It'll be a very close game. Yeah, Mr. Football is very confident that Lewis O'Brien won't be joining Leeds. I mean, we don't know. We don't know the speculation. I mean, I've not seen any speculation when I've done my transfer shows, but you don't know what can turn up. I mean, the Philip Zinkernagel transfer, I covered moons ago. It was probably actually one of my first ever transfer shows, but it hasn't really spiraled since, since just now. So it just goes to show that things could literally change like this in terms of football transfers. I don't think there's been another goal for League One and Championship, though. So this gives us a chance to just basically take a step back and just see, let's go for our reaction. So you're going for 1-1. Interesting. I mean, it's not too bad to my prediction. I mean, I know I've said 2-1, but 1-1, would have been my alternative result. Thank you guys so much for the support, by the way. We've just gained 2 subscribers. So we're on 707 subscribers right now. Thank you guys so much for this support. I do truly appreciate this. We are really trying to push for 800 subscribers. I can really see that. And for some reason, the channel's going really, really well. It's been my best ever period on my channel, and I do hope to keep it that way. And I hope the quality, still be up there. Right, we've got another goal in League One. MK Dons taking the lead against Bolton Wanderers, who make their return to League One. And it's Mo Isa with the goal, who has made his move from Peterborough to MK Dons. A good signing from MK Dons. And they've taken the lead against Ian Evans' Bolton. And Fogden and Fogdad won't be too pleased with that. Scarlord, welcome to the stream. And Charlie's still adamant that they'll get Lewis O'Brien. I mean, that will be an interesting transfer saga. I'll be really excited to see where Lewis O'Brien goes. Premier League, I don't know if he'll start every single game, but he's got the quality. He definitely has quality, I'll give you that. I just cannot get over that they're not showing the goals this year. I don't know why Sky have lost the rights to show every EFL goal going in. Have they not been able to afford it now? He isn't playing today due to contracted COVID. I did know about that. It's definitely not due to speculation. I did know about that. Scoring that pen against Wednesday instead of Rangers fans. Yeah. Alright. Has there been another goal? I'm just trying to hear what Jeff's trying to say. I can't have the TV turned on due to copyright. I don't want to get in trouble for it. You may be talking about the Northampton goal against Port Vale, actually, which, wouldn't be too relevant for us. Right, we have got a really big goal in League One here. Ipswich taking on Morecambe. Morecambe's first ever season in League One ever. Ipswich, one of the favourites to get into the top 6. And the Shrimps have taken the lead. It's Morecambe who have taken the lead against Ipswich, and it is Cole Stockton with the goal. What an unbelievable goal that is. That is a really big goal there. Benjamin Bloom will be scratching his head, thinking that they have spent all this money on these players, trying to get back into the Championship. New ownership as well, remember, for Ipswich. Paul Cook, an established manager. But Morecambe, with their first season in League One, take a shock lead. Cole Stockton with the opening goal for Morecambe. I think it's Morecambe City, yeah. All of our first choice defenders are out. Hyam, Rose, Ostergaard leaving, Kenny and Godden out. Yeah, I mean, Godden I know is not a defender, but yeah, there's a lot of players injured and, not starting, which is why I've not got too much confidence in Coventry beating Forest. But that's literally only it, When you get these players back, you'll be thrive from it, right? We've got another goal in the Championship. It is Stoke City. They've taken the lead against Reading. Nick Powell with the opening goal for Stoke City. I swear if Stoke win, I'm going to be so annoyed because if you remember, I was very tempted to put a Stoke win, but then I've changed it to a 1-1 draw. Looking at that Reading squad and looking how little options they've got on the bench, I do fear for Reading a little bit, and they've not really got an ideal start. They've conceded a goal to Nick Powell. Unfortunately, I can't talk to you what the goal is like because Sky won't show the goal. I don't know why they've lost the rights to show the goals this year. I'm so annoyed with that. I was excited to be seeing all of these goals go in and I'll be commentating about them. But all we can do here is just just react to... Whoa! Did I just call it? Well, we've got to go straight back to the Bet365 Stadium because Reading have just equalised literally within minutes. With Stoke taking the lead, Reading have just equalised literally no time at all. And it's John Swift with the goal. I love this guy, seeing what he was like at Chelsea. I really want him to do well. And I did say in one of my videos that John Swift has got to be the player to watch for Reading. And he has already delivered. Reading now back in it against Stoke City. 1-1 now. And that is my current prediction being fulfilled. Literally within seconds of Nick Powell scoring, Reading equalised. So Michael O'Neill will be really disappointed with the defending there. For the fact that, they've just scored and they can't track back and just defend, a simple kickoff goal. Because that's basically what John Smith's goal going to be based on the amount of time between each other. So... yeah, that's a real big blow for Stoke there. Is it true that Coventry played good against the big teams but can't beat the small teams? Well, I would say actually, there's a lot of evidence that backs that. You remember the win against Brentford, near the end of the season? Coventry, one of their best performances I've seen from them. But then against the small, I don't know. It's just I think they really up their game against, the so-called bigger teams and just soak the pressure in. I think it's when they got to play dominant and try and play with the ball, they do struggle. Well, we are having a goal fest at the Bet365 Stadium. Well, I know I'm not going to get this right now because my prediction is already gone. But Stoke have just scored again. It's Jacob Brown who has just scored. He has already matched his goal tally from last season. That is quite amazing. All of a sudden, we're having an absolute goal fest at the Bet365 Stadium. Stoke have now taken the lead against Reading. And just like that, John Swift's equaliser is cancelled out. That is 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes. That is quite unbelievable. I'm definitely... yeah, that's literally 3 goals in 3 minutes. That is quite amazing. That is really unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna quickly talk to the BENHD Patreon chat about this because this is quite amazing. That is 3 goals in 3 minutes. That's quite astounding. So it was Nick Powell scoring the first goal, Tommy Smith with the assist, John Swift with the equaliser for Reading, but within a minute later, Jacob Brown takes the lead once again for Stoke, and now it's back to Reading to try and respond. O'Brien Defastain, he was streaming a few days ago on Twitch. He said, don't join Leeds. Okay, well, it'll be an interesting debate to see if he stays. I mean, I hope he stays. He's a great Championship player. Right, we've got another goal in League One. Crew have taken the lead against recently promoted Cheltenham. That's not a really good start for Cheltenham, who, of course, were League 2 champions. That is exactly what they didn't want in their opening League 1 game. They are losing against Crewe Alexandra. Bolton have just equalised against MK Dons. Josh Sheehan with the equalising goal. Fogdad and Fogden will be punching in the air now and be wanting to kiss Josh Sheehan next time they see him. Right, so it is 1-1. Let's just... I can't find it. Come on. There it is. Bolton 1, MK Dons 1 now. James W. with a great question saying, who do I support? So, I support 3 teams. So, in my Premier League team, I support is Chelsea because my parents support them. You know, my dad, my uncle, both my siblings all support Chelsea, so I support Chelsea as well. In terms of the other EFL teams, I don't actually support a single championship team, so I'm completely impartial to championship teams. I support Colchester in League 2 because I'm an Essex lad, so I'll support Essex-based team. And also my local team, which is Chelmsford, which are in the 6th tier of English football. B. Martin saying that Bristol City can't put the ball in the back of the net. It is notable at the moment. Right, Forest Green has just scored against Sutton United, who are making their debut in League 2, and it's not a good start for Sutton. They've already conceded to Matt Stevens 30 minutes in. That's not a good start at all for Sutton United, who'll be wanting to start well based on their... Well, they've never been in the EFL ever, so they'd be wanting to try and get a good start, but unfortunately it's not gone their way. Thank you everyone for the support of the channel, by the way. We're on 708 subscribers now. If we can, guys, let's keep this going. Right, we've got an opening goal in the Stadium of Light, the game that was delayed. It is now starting again, and it's Gwion Edwards for Wigan Athletic, who have taken the lead against Sunderland. Now, I've not seen their squad, but I tell you what, if Charlie Wyke is starting for Wigan here against his former team, this is going to be a real kick in the teeth for Sunderland. But it's not Charlie Wyke who scored, it's Gwion Edwards with the goal. And Wigan have got a very early, an early goal, 15 minutes, because obviously that game was delayed. Another League One goal, Burton under Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank have just scored against Shrewsbury, and it is John Brayford with the goal for Burton Albion here. A really good start for Burton, who really had a poor start in the start of last season, but really relied on a good run of form here. Right, they're cutting back to the Stadium of Light. I don't know why. Has one team got a penalty? Potentially a penalty? Right, Sunderland have a penalty. This is big. Sunderland definitely need to try and score from this. They can have an immediate response against Wigan here. Right, we've got an equalising goal in the Kyron Prince Stadium. QPR have just equalised against Millwall, and it's Rob Dickey with the goal. And what's annoying, I had Johan Barbe as a defender for QPR and not Rob Dickey, and I was so close to putting Rob Dickey in, but he has scored. Rob Dickey has scored for QPR, and Sunderland have just scored from their penalty as well. So 1-1 in both of those games now. Exactly what QPR needed. They've responded with Rob Dickey, probably a header, knowing he's a defender. Sunderland with a very quick response against Wigan Athletic. It is 1-1 here. It was Aidan McGeady who scored the penalty as well. One of the players who I thought was actually going to leave Sunderland, but fair play to Sunderland, they have managed to keep him on. Now, I really want to see these goals, but they just won't show it, so I've got to just guess on how they're going to score. I'm going to have a lot of fun looking at all the goals later, but in a way, I wanted them to show them here. It's going to make me have less work, you know, do my review video on Monday if I see all the goals now. Right, Leyton Orient have just taken the lead against Salford City. I don't think who manages. Is it oh god, it's Kenny Jackett who I think now manages Leyton Orient. Because I was going to say it's Joby McAnuff, but I know it can't be Joby McAnuff. He did punditry yesterday between Bournemouth and West Brom, which was a brilliant game, by the way, yesterday. But no, it's they've got Kenny Jackett, Leyton Orient, as their manager now, and it's a dream start for Leyton Orient here. Already one goal for the London team against Salford. Yeah, I know. It is literally... What's even not more annoying is I know BENHD has got him. Right, we've got an opening goal in I can't even remember. We've got I can't. Why did I completely forget the stadium name for Luton Town? Oh my gosh. Well, basically, we've got a goal. It's the home side who have scored. It is 1-0 to Luton, and it's Elijah Adebayo with the opening goal. I've just had a brain fart there. I just completely forgotten what Kenworth Road was. I had just had a complete brain fart there. I mean, based on the attack momentum I've seen, I think they do deserve this lead, Luton Town. By half-time, we will look at the chances, the stats, and the attack momentum, and we'll determine how every team has played their football. My fantasy won't do well. I mean, it's gone all right because Callum Robinson, who I captained, did score last night, but I'm a bit annoyed I didn't have Rob Dickey instead of Yohan Barbe because I was very close to picking Rob Dickey, but I chose to use Yohan Barbe. Yeah, I do know it's Kenworth Road. I do know that. I do. I just, for some reason, in that moment in time, I just completely forgot what I was saying. It is Kenworth Road. Thanks to all of you watching, by the way. I'm not used to having these amount of viewers, so I'm really grateful that all of you have taken the time to watch me. And I am very grateful for how we're doing in subs as well. How we're doing with likes, by the way. So we are on, I've not been able to check, 16 likes. If we could really push to 20 likes, I'd be terrifically appreciative. Right, we have a goal at Deepdale, and it's an equalising goal for Hull City. Now, I did predict 1-1 in that game as well. And it's Keane Lewis Potter with the goal. Man, this is not going to be a good goal for Ben to see again. Preston do concede, and arguably with a better goalkeeper, Iverson, in goal, he's conceded to Keane Lewis Potter. Now, there was the intention. As soon as Preston scored, they did drop back a bit, which is a very dangerous game to do against a newly promoted side that will be hungry to try and establish themselves in the Championship. Can I check fantasy at halftime? The problem is, I don't think fantasy updates during halftime, unfortunately. I can only just show you what's happened last night. So yeah, Gaffer doesn't update much. We can look at everyone's team if you like, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the amount of points that we've got. You have Keane Lewis Potter in the fantasy. Well, good for you, Charlie. That's a really clutch pick, by the way. I did have Andy Cannon, but I definitely made the right decision not to include him, based he was on the bench for Hull City. I think he's good enough to start, but clearly not in Hull City's minds. We've got an opening goal at Ewood Park, and it's Blackburn Rovers who scored the first goal, and it's Sam Gallagher with the goal. They do not need Adam Armstrong at the moment. They have coped very, very well, and Blackburn with the opening goal, Sam Gallagher with the goal. And this is when I really want to see the goal, but I can't see the goal, which really sucks. So it looks like it was right-footed shot. I mean, whoever was marking Sam Gallagher there would be, poor defending on their part. But it's a nice clean strike from Sam Gallagher. I think we've got a goal for most of the Championship games. For what I know, okay, so Blackburn and Swansea is 1-0. Bristol City and Blackpool is 0-0 at the moment. Cardiff and Barnsley is 0-0. Derby Huddersfield is 0-0. Luton are 1 goal ahead against Peterborough with Adebayo over goal. Preston 1-1 with Hull. Reece Jacobson scoring the first goal, but Keane Lewis Potter just equalising. QPR 1, Millwall 1. Jed Wallace taking the lead for Millwall, but Rob Dickey just equalising. Stoke 2, Reading 1. Very quick flurry of goals there. So it was, I can't even remember, Nick Powell with the first goal, and then it was John Swift a minute later equalising, and then it was Jacob Brown who responded a minute later after that, who then scored. So that made it 2-1 to Stoke. Rotherham have just scored against Plymouth again, so Pieface won't be too pleased about this. They are 2 goals down now against Rotherham, and it is Ben Wiles who has scored. One of the good players that Rotherham managed to keep in their squad, who was frequently involved in the Championship. Well, apparently, some are saying it's a Ladapo brace, but it looks like Sky are saying it's a Ben Wiles goal. I mean, I'll tell you someone who has got a brace. It is Gareth McCleary for Wycombe. What a start they've had. 2-0 against Accrington. Sunderland 1, Wigan 1. Gwion Edwards scoring for Wigan. And Aidan McGeady scoring a penalty a minute later. But this is the biggest result so far. Ipswich 0, Morecambe 1. What an unbelievable scoreline that is. I'm about to get mad. How many chances do Bristol City need? We missed three big chances. I mean, I would really like Bristol City to take one of those chances because I've predicted 1-0. I mean, either way, if just one of these chances goes in, I'll be happy with this. Are you going to watch the Community Shield? If so, what's my prediction? I don't know if I'm going to have the time to. I will try to. Oh my gosh, guys, we've got an opening goal at Pride Park. And it's Derby, who I did say in my prediction video, I won't be surprised if they score first. They have scored first. Derby have taken the lead. Wow, that is big. Who has scored? It won't tell me who has scored for Derby. Please tell me who's just scored for Derby. I really, really want to know. They're going mad over there. Unless it won't show me who scored. Oh, come on, guys. I'm now starting to doubt whether they have scored. Oh my gosh. Wait, hang on a minute. Let's go to Catcher. Catcher will tell me who scored for Derby. Who has scored for Derby here? They've taken the lead. As you can see, God, look at this. They completely turned around their momentum here. It is... Oh, they won't say. Are you kidding me? Please, someone just tell me who scored for Derby, please. Curtis Davis, the player who they literally just signed 2 days ago, has already scored for Derby this season. Wow, what a coup that is. Honestly, signing those out-of-contract players might just give Derby a small chance. And it is Curtis Davis who has scored. Voice break. Oh, well, my voice breaks all the time, mate. Yeah, Curtis Davis with the goal. I've just seen it. And we've got an equalising goal in the game between Crewe and Cheltenham. Cheltenham managing to equalise against Crewe Alexandra. Of course, making their return to League One. Obviously, I know Curtis Davis. You know, he was a Derby player. His contract ran out, but then he re-signed for Derby. Know him a lot of the time, you know, when he was playing for Hull City and that. But he may have scored a huge goal for Derby here. A huge goal. But right now, Huddersfield, you know, they're not in a great position there. 3 of their defenders, 3 of their backline are making a debut today. And they've not really covered themselves in glory. Thank you, Shane and Charlie, for telling me it was Curtis. I did eventually find out from SofaScore. Right, we have got up to 3 minutes till half time. We've got some huge scorelines here. Some really big scorelines in all 3 divisions right now. That's definitely the most eye-catching result. Derby taking the lead against Huddersfield Town. I don't even know if the Patreon have even seen my comment about... Yeah, they're not. They're just too busy watching the matches. Wow. This is quite amazing. It's really quite unbelievable. I mean, I'm speechless, really. You know, I'm just saying filler stuff now because I'm struggling. But yeah, now looking at my prediction for me predicting Huddersfield to survive in 21st, maybe the way they're going to have to do that is probably change the manager. Because right now, Corberan is going to be put... Well, I know Corberan's not featured today, but he still would have picked the squad. It's not a great sign for them. You know, Huddersfield will be in for a hard, long season if they can't beat a weakened Derby side like this. It'll be impossible for them. I don't know how Benjamin Bloom's doing with his stream over here, but I tell you what... He'll be wondering how his side are not beating Morecambe, but he's probably just as shocked with all the goals as I am. And, you know, this is what it's all about, you know, enjoying the football. For the fact I don't support a single team, it's just so enthralling. It's so thrilling, and it really is. That sort of thrill is something that I've really missed, and I'm really happy it's back in the moment. Now, in terms of my predictions at the moment, there's only one game I've got the score nailed on, which is Preston and Hull, I believe, which is 1-1 at the moment. Yeah, that's one thing that really shocked me. They benched Koroma, maybe because of an injury. I don't know. Unless he's not injured, and then it's just I don't know. It must be an injury. I can't think of anything else. Right, Mansfield have taken the lead against Bristol Rovers, who have just been relegated to League Two, so not a good start by them. Cambridge, who've made their debut in League One as well, they're still holding Oxford and Carl Robinson's side to a 0-0 draw here. That is a big scoreline for Cambridge there, but probably the biggest scoreline out of the newly promoted teams is Morecambe beating Ipswich by 1-0. Cheltenham matching Bolton's result, scoreline at the moment, drawing 1-1 with their opposition here. Well, I've got to say it. I mean, I've just jinxed Cambridge there because Oxford have just taken the lead, potentially from a penalty. We've got a goal at Ashton Gate, and it's Chris Martin with the goal for Bristol City 1 minute before half-time. They have scored against Blackpool. It is 1-0 to Bristol City. Chris Martin, who has already scored half of his goal tally from last season. That's a big goal. And it looks like Huddersfield have just equalised as well just before half-time. Naby Sarr with the goal. That is a very clutch goal for Huddersfield there. They would have hated going behind against Derby going into half-time, but Huddersfield have just clawed them back. Wow, this game's really hanging in the balance now. Derby take a shock lead, but Huddersfield just equalised just before half-time. Bristol City take the lead finally against Blackpool just before half-time also. It sounds like they've deserved it as well. They've created some really good chances against this Blackpool side. Chris Maxwell is beaten, and he's beaten by a fellow Chris Martin, who will be jamming around his Coldplay tracks for the fact he scored that goal. Brilliant from Chris Martin. Yeah, really 2 quick-fire goals there in the Championship. And I think the only game now that is currently 0-0 is Cardiff and Barnsley. We did think that game was going to be very, very tight. Now, right now, if Bristol City and Blackpool stays the same scoreline, I would be very happy with that because I have predicted Bristol City 1, Blackpool 0 to finish after 90 minutes. In terms of my other predictions, I need Cardiff and Barnsley to score 1 each. I need Huddersfield to score 1 goal. I need Luton and Peterborough to score 1 goal each. I need Preston and Hull to stay the same. I need QPR to score 1 goal. Stoke and Reading I can't get. And in terms of Blackburn and Swansea, I need one of them to score each. That's actually not too bad. There's only one score that's impossible for me to get right. Right, looks like Gillingham have just equalised against Lincoln just before half-time. It is Danny Lloyd with the goal. Of course, they'll be without Michael Appleton for the fact he is recovering from testicular cancer. I do wish Michael Appleton all the best. But unfortunately, his side have just conceded just before half-time to Danny Lloyd's goal for Gillingham. And Blue Games, if you count that as a 0-0. Well, I don't count it as a 0-0. It's not started yet. Have I been playing Fantasy Prem this yet? Yes, I do. And in fact, if you do want to join my league, I can quickly put the code to join in the description down below. In fact, no, I'll put it in the comment, actually. Let's just quickly do that now, in case any of you want to join it. Because, yes, I am playing Fantasy Premier League this year. Also, Championship as well. I've done Gaffer Championship Fantasy as well. I could put both of those codes and links in the description or as a comment if you guys want to join it. Right. Leagues. Right, that's it. Right, where's the code? There's my league. Quite a lot of people in my league already, actually, to be honest. Like, quite busy. So I encourage all of you to join the league. You know, it's going to be very, very, very competitive. Apparently, Andy King with the assist. It's a brilliant interlapping play between the new signing and the current player. Right. Let's just actually comment this. Right. So my comment just now is the code to join my Premier League fantasy team if you do want to join it. Now, the half times are starting to come in now. One game that will be playing, I think, pretty much from the entirety of this halftime break will be Sunderland and Wigan for the fact they've started 15 minutes late. So, yeah, I was going to say it was an injury or COVID. So, apparently, Koroma benched because he had positive COVID case, had another which was negative. How am I watching the goals? Well, Twitter, to be honest, because sometimes they can just like get a couple of split seconds just to see it. It was a brilliant cross by Andy King. I just saw the Bristol City goal and brilliantly tucked away by Chris Martin there. Right, let's see how Chelmsford are doing. I'm going to quickly see how my local team's doing. No goals for Colchester so far, for what I know, which doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. Okay, no, they just played a pre-season game. So, no, it just ended 0-0 between East Thurrock and Chelmsford. Okay, that's not too bad. You're watching on Bristol City TV. Yeah, I'm just only getting split seconds for what I see on Twitter. But, yeah, you would have likely either have a fan TV or you would have it on iFollow, which is pretty much where you're going to have to see the goals this time. Which really sucks. I don't know why Sky can't afford to show the EFL goals anymore. I'm really quite upset with that. Right, Hartlepool and Crawley 0-0 at half-time. So Jeff's side is holding Crawley to a 0-0 draw at the moment. I've not been able to check how Colchester have managed to do, actually. I'm just checking now. Because if I'm right in saying... Oh, are they not playing today? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, if they're playing Carlisle, I did remember that. It's still 0-0 between them and Carlisle. We had a good couple of games against Carlisle last year, but sounding line there's not been much going on. I'm just going to talk through the League 2 games now, in case any of you were wondering. So Exeter and Bradford 0-0. Hartlepool Crawley 0-0 still. We have goals in Sutton, Forest Green ahead 1-0 against Sutton there. 2-1 between Harrogate and Rochdale. They had an early flurry of goals. Mansfield and Bristol Rovers there. Mansfield are leading 1-0 against Bristol Rovers, who were just relegated from League One last season. Northampton, who were relegated, make a great start 1-0 against Port Vale. 0-0 between Oldham and Newport. 1-1 between Salford and Leyton Orient. So a tight game there. Scunthorpe and Swindon. Swindon, who are in real bad situation at the moment. They're holding Scunthorpe, who survived by the skin of their teeth last season, to a 0-0 draw. Stevenage and Barrow still 0-0 there. And Tranmere Walsall still 0-0. So yeah, League 2's been quite quiet so far. So, right now, it is pretty much all the half-time games going on. Yeah, he will go mental if they do score, especially if it's a last-minute winner. I mean, right now, for the fact there's not been much gilt-edged chances in that game, that's probably why Jeff's been so quiet at the moment. But yeah, Mansfield beating recently relegated Bristol Rovers. That's a big result for Mansfield if they can get that right. Because Mansfield did really well 2 seasons ago. They nearly got promoted. And then in last season, they didn't do so well. They had a lot of their players leave, and they just didn't really have the same, same firepower. But I have to say, I think the result of this weekend so far is Ipswich and Morecambe. Morecambe leading Ipswich at Portman Road, by the way, by 1-0. That is, daunting to do in itself. But Morecambe, their debut in League One, they're leading Ipswich, who of course themselves had 15 consecutive seasons in the Championship, within this millennium. That's an unbelievable result at the moment, and we'll see if it stays that way. Right, thank you guys for the support. We're 709 subscribers now. Bloody hell, come on guys, let's keep this going. I'm so appreciative for the support today. We are on, how many likes are we on? We're on 17 likes. Once again, I think 20 likes is the target. If we can really push for 20 likes, I'll be terrifically appreciative. Thank you to all of you who have still stuck by with this stream. Right, I can't forget this. We need to go to SofaScore and analyse what's been going on. So, let's look at Bristol City and Blackpool. Look at this. So, we saw this at first. So, it was like integrating momentum from both sides. But look at this big spell from Bristol City. They took over big time in this game. And Neil Critchley will be disappointed how they gave away from that. But yeah, there's Andy King with that assist to Chris Martin scoring the first goal for Bristol City. Statistics, let's quickly check. So 50-50 when it comes to possession, but 6 shots to 1, 2 shots on target to 0. Only 1 shot from Blackpool, which is not great. 4 shots off target to 1, 2 corners to 1, 9 fouls. So it looks like Blackpool's tactic has been trying to disrupt Bristol City's play, and it hasn't really worked. And when they've had the ball, the equal amount of time that Bristol City have had, they've nowhere near created the amount of chances, which is something I did worry about for Blackpool. 3 big chances missed. That's quite unbelievable. And what was it? Who was it? Yeah, it was B. Martin who said they did miss some big chances. 3 big chances. I'll be interested to see the highlights to see how big those chances were. 6 shots inside the box to their 0. 1 save made by Chris Maxwell, but unfortunately, the rest of the time, the other shot on target was their goal from Chris Martin there. Passing has been, slightly edged by Blackpool there, but overall, look at that. Long balls more successful from Bristol City's front, so definitely more direct approach that Bristol City are going for, but they're doing it a lot more successfully than what Blackpool are at the moment. Dribbles, possession loss, so definitely working off the ball. Bristol City have done well. Tackles and defending, Blackpool have slightly edged Bristol City, but that's because, I think it's because Bristol City have created more chances, so Blackpool have needed to do more tackles, interceptions and clearances. So overall, it looks like Bristol City are doing well at the moment. Let's now go to Blackburn and Swansea. And I just saw Run the Foot Market there. Been a painful game so far, still got to adapt, but grown into the game. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, that, they're playing with the new style of football, but it's just not been quite effective. That's what I've heard at the moment. Can we check who got in fantasy? Yes, we will do when we've got time. Let's just quickly look at these stats. So, Blackburn starting quite well. Swansea had a spell when they had a lot more of the ball, but then Blackburn ping it back, and then with that big momentum is when Sam Gallagher got his goal. Let's look at statistics here. Look at that. So, as expected, Swansea more of the ball, 70%. Blackburn to only have 30% of the possession is crazy. But look at that contrast here. 11 shots to 3. 6 shots on target to 1. 3 off target to 0 here. 6 corner kicks to 1. 6 fouls each. But look at this. In terms of big chances, both have missed big chances, but Blackburn more so. So Blackburn probably could have scored even more goals from what they have previously done. 2 counterattacks. So that's very interesting. So Swansea playing a lot of the ball. Blackburn breaking the play and trying to get chances of the counter-attack, and it looks like that's what they got. And it sounds like, look at this, 1 counter-attack goal. Sam Gallagher's goal was from the counter-attack, so that has been Swansea's kryptonite so far. 7 shots inside the box to 2, 4 shots outside the box to 1 here. 5 saves made by Bender in goal. I think, is that their second choice goalkeeper's name? Is it Bender? I can't remember. Why aren't they showing that Swansea got? Yeah, Bender. He's made 6 saves. So you've got to give him some credit. He's kept the scoreline down. 290 passes to 110. So look at that. Pretty much doubling, almost tripling Blackburn's passes there. So definitely playing the better stuff, but just not creating chances, Swansea, aren't they? Crosses, only 3 crosses. And look at that, 14 crosses from Blackburn. So very contrasting styles of football here. 3 dribbles to 7 here. 65 possession loss. Look at that. Losing the ball way too easy, Swansea are. Clearances, they've had to make 10 clearances, which is slightly more than Blackburn's. But look at that. 9 interceptions. And that's when I've been talking about Swansea just giving the ball away way too cheaply. Okay, very interesting. So Blackburn playing on the counter-attack and Swansea definitely playing more of the ball. Let's see Stoke and Reading, since that one has got the most goals. Right, look at this. So Stoke started well, then Reading had their small bit of spell here, then Stoke did better, and then that one big spike was when Reading equalised. Then Stoke got their goal immediately after that, and then it's pretty much just been Reading who's been the better side till the end of that half. So let's actually see the stats now. So Reading just edged Stoke on possession. 9 shots to 7. 3 shots on target each. 3 shots on target each. That is really close. If anything, that's the closest stats I have seen out of these two teams. They're probably the most evenly matched 2 sides I've seen so far. 4 corner kicks to 5. But look at that. More fouls from Stoke. 9 to 4 there. 1 yellow card for Reading though. 2 big chances. 1 there. 1 big chance missed for Stoke there. It looks like Reading's 1 big chance was that John Swift goal. 8 shots inside the box to 4. So very big change there is the shots inside the box from Stoke to Readings, and that's encouraging because I wanted Stoke to attack more, and it seems like that Stoke are really trying to do that, which is good. 2 saves from Bursic compared to the one from Cabral there. Passes, there's not much between it. You know, long balls, accurate passes. Reading have done a little bit more. They've had more possession, but Stoke crossing more. So look at this different style of football you're seeing here. And defending-wise, look at that. Despite Stoke winning, they've actually done the better, off the defence at the moment. So they've done absolutely brilliantly in that area. Bender was unlucky to save the goal, save Diaz's shot, but Gallagher was there. Yeah, Bender, for what I've seen, he's done really, really well for Swansea there, and is unlucky to be in the position I'm in. And we're just hit 710 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I'm really, really appreciating the support. Right, let's go to Preston and Hull, and I can exclusively say that Ben has replied and is giving his thoughts to Hull City at the moment. He has not been happy what he's seen with Preston at the moment. He has really heavily praised Keane Lewis Potter, saying he's been the best player on the pitch. Let's actually look at Preston's stats now, and we'll see if Ben is having a right to say. Right, hang on, come on. Why isn't it loading? All of a sudden, SofaScore won't work. Come on. Why isn't it working? Oh, are you serious? Why isn't this working now? SofaScore doesn't want to work now. This is not what I want now. Come on. Well, I'll wait for that to work. We'll go back onto this. Out of the last seasons you've covered, what's been my favourite? That's a good question. So this is going to be my 3rd season. So it's got a lot to live up to for what I can say. I think the first season, the relegation battle in that season, the uncertainty of it with COVID, I think it's still slightly my favourite season. But the quality of football we saw from last year was incredible. Just joined the Premier League Fantasy. Oh, brilliant. Sorba Thomas has played really well so far. I'd bring on Sinani and get more quality on the pitch. Yeah, I would as well. I think Sinani, I was a bit surprised I didn't see him start, to be honest. In fact, before I forget, you did want to see what Gaffer was about. Let's... all right, just got to make sure I don't show you something you shouldn't see. Hang on a minute. Come on, Gaffer. Please work. All right, no. Oh, come on. Why can't I see my leagues? Oh, I had my leagues in front of me, and now Gaffer doesn't want to work. I don't know why my internet doesn't want to work. I know it's working because I can still stream at the moment. Right, looks like Carlisle and Colchester has just been delayed because it's just gone to halftime now. There's clearly been a delay going on. You feel bad for Wesley Fofana? I do as well. It was a reckless tackle by Villarreal, and I hope we can teach those thing a thing or two when we play against them in the UEFA Super Cup very soon. Nah, basically what was basically the thing you shouldn't see was BENHD's fantasy league squad, because that's something only the Patreon should see. Okay. I think it's working now. I think it's working. Right. So, guys, let's quickly see the Gaffer League. So, this is what we've got here. I think... Is there a second page? There's not a second page. Right, so we have got up to 10 members of that league. As you can see here, that's the code. I'm going to quickly put it in the comments as well. So, yeah, I'll allow you to see all of this. Channel, come on. There you go. Comment there. There we go. Back to Gaffer. So, obviously, I had 27 at the moment because, unfortunately, Dean's got one. But look at that, 22 from Callum Robinson. Only 2 from Carlin Grant. Elias Chair. Oh, yeah, I don't think he's starting for Queensborough Rangers, isn't he? So, yeah. Oh, that's a real blow. Jaria not starting either. Mitrovic, I expect him to start. So, okay, so I've still got a lot of opportunity to get some points here. But yeah, I'm doing all right at the moment. I'm pleasantly surprised how quite well I'm doing. So yeah, SofaScore, you need to work. But let's go back here. Does Ben have the same account for both leagues or not? Oh, no, he has the same account. Yeah, he does. Stevenage 1-0 up against Barrow. Not good for Barrow. It's going to be their second consecutive season, of course, in the Championship. Runderfoot Mark is not happy on what he's seen with Swansea at the moment. They definitely need to do more than just hog the ball. They need chances, really. That's what they really need. 0 points. Okay, well, we've got a goal from League One. Doncaster have just scored against AFC Wimbledon. Doncaster, a team who fell away last season. Looked to be a team who could get top 6, but they couldn't in the end of it. But they've just scored here, so a good start for Doncaster in this league. Are they another? No, I was gonna say if they're another Yorkshire team, but I don't want to make sure I want to make sure I don't offend Doncaster fans and stuff. They're definitely not in my region, I would say. Charlie Seaman with the goal for Doncaster, by the way. Right, so far no Championship goals in the second half. We've got a lot of goals though. The only Championship game that has stayed 0-0 as it stands is Cardiff and Barnsley. It is Darren Moore's old side indeed. Well, it looks like Lee Hendry, who's watching Cardiff and Barnsley, have just seen, something really close. It looks like one of the teams that's really nearly scored there. I mean, right now, I wouldn't mind too much if the score stayed the same because it'd be 1 point. I mean, I'd preferably want it to be a 1-1 draw because that's what I predicted Cardiff and Barnsley to finish. Right. This is going to be a really exciting half, this. We've seen some really big... He's missed a tap in Bakuna. Is that for... is that for Cardiff? Oh, well, that's what Lee Hendry's reacting to then. Junior Bakuna missing a tap. Oh, my gosh. Wait, is it Leonardo? Oh, I always get the Bakunas confused. Leonardo Bakuna is Cardiff's one. Junior Bakuna is the Huddersfield one. God, he's missed a tap in. That's not great at all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bakuna. Yeah, that would make sense. Cody, welcome back to welcome back to Lexus, but welcome to the stream. No, that's absolutely fine. Not a problem, man. Right now, I'm really liking what's going on with my channel right now. I'm so surprised. It's going quite so well. We've got a fourth goal between Harrogate and Rochdale, by the way. Rochdale, who are 2 goals down, have just pinned themselves back to 2-2. So a terrific comeback from Rochdale here, 2-2. And it is Connor Grant with the goal. Out of all the Championship games, only one game is still 0-0, and that is Cardiff and Barnsley. Out of all of the EFL games, I think the biggest shock is Ipswich 0, Morecambe 1. The Shrimps making their League One debut lead against one of the promotion favourites, which is a really big goal for Morecambe there. You've gained so many, I'm so happy. Oh, thank you so much, man. I mean, it's still not 1,000. That's still the next target, and we're just still trying to grow. It's just trying to ride on this good momentum, and that's what we're doing. New start getting subs and gaining. Thank you so much, man. I feel happy that you've believed in me, really. Because I am my worst critic. Right, we've just got a second goal at Ewood Park. It's Blackburn. They've just scored a second goal against Swansea, and I think that's going to be game over for Swansea. And I think it is Brereton Diaz who has scored the penalty. 2-0 to Blackburn now. And this is not a good opening day for the season for Swansea at all. This is really the worst case scenario for them at all. I tell you what an unbelievable couple of months Ben Brereton Diaz has had. He's completely changed his career in the better of the good, really. The confidence he's now exuded being accepted to a national league, national team. I think it can really change someone's career, and it really has. I think it's really going to elevate his career in the right way this time. You know, he was someone I saw at Forest thinking he's a young potential player, but it just didn't look like he was going to explode his career. But now he made this move to Blackburn, looked like it was going to be the same thing. But, you know, getting into the Chile national team, I think has changed his career for the better. So it's still 1-1 between Derby and Huddersfield. Scunthorpe have just scored against Swindon Town. Ryan Loft with a penalty. So Swindon, who are in a real financial, you know, mess at the moment, you know, relegated from League 1 to League 2. They have completely not got the best of starts at all. Score prediction for Coventry game tomorrow against Forest. My prediction was 2-1 Forest. Basically because of the players that Coventry are going to have unavailable. But I could easily be wrong. But I do think Nottingham Forest have improved their squad a little bit. But in the previous games, Forest have played against Coventry as well. They have won both of them. I think it was 2-0 at City Ground and 2-1 potentially at St Andrews. Right, listen, I think Blackburn had another big chance here. God, this could be a cricket score at this rate. It really could be a cricket score. Swansea need to step up and try and pick themselves up. But yeah, I think it'll be 2-1 Forest. But I think it'll be a close game. Can we have your reaction to Form Varner's season-threatening injury? I mean, it's a dreadful tackle. I've seen it. And it's not, you know, he had no reason to do that tackle, especially in a pre-season game. Varner, a great player. And, you know, I wish him all the best. You know, I know he's from a rival team. Leicester are going to be a team who are up there for me this season. But you can never wish for someone to have a really bad injury like that. You know, so, you know, you would have to be a sick human to celebrate, you know, get a rival club's star player getting injured potentially for the whole season, because it's never nice. I wouldn't want to be in this situation. So yeah, I do wish him all the best. Cody's saying he's not the most confident. I mean, to be fair, if you just get your players back, get a couple of transfers in, especially in the defensive area, then I think Coventry will still be okay. I don't think they're going to be one of the favourites to go down, although I could be wrong, you know. What do I think of Stoke? Stoke have been a team that I've wanted to really attack the Championship season, and for me have just really underperformed and have really undervalued their potential for the last 4 seasons. But based on this scoreline right now, 2-1 Stoke, maybe this could be the season that they really try and attack the league. You know, if they make it to the top 6, you know, I think they've got as much of a chance of anyone getting up, because their squad, especially with the transfers they've made in that transfer window, is definitely a very competitive squad. I wasn't even too sure about the strike partnership that they've got. I don't think it was the best one they could have had. But to be fair to them, they managed to get 2 goals between them. Right, we finally got a goal in the one game that didn't have a goal. It is Cardiff who have taken the lead, and it's Marlon Pack with the opening goal for Cardiff. That's a big goal for Cardiff. Right, but in terms of my score prediction for that game, a Barnsley equaliser would do me very, very nicely. If it stays like this, I know Ben predicted 1-0 to Cardiff. So, really, in terms of a rival, you know, trying to beat him in the prediction league, I really need Barnsley to equalise. Yeah, Cardiff have scored. I've just seen it. A team that'll go under the radar? Yeah, potentially. I think a lot of people are backing them to do too much, but I definitely think they've got the potential for it. Now, they keep going back to Preston and Hull. I think Hull are looking the better team at the moment. You know, Preston looking a little bit slack. Well, I did say 2-1 to Blackburn against Swansea, and Swansea have just scored. It was not Marlon Pat. That was the first goal. But Jamie Patterson, who was just announced as a Swansea player literally yesterday, has already scored for Swansea. Could this be the goal that saves Swansea? Oh, I don't want it to be 0-0. It'll be like, you know, because especially I'll be using my time to watch that game as well. That's a big goal, because I predicted 2-1 between Blackburn and Swansea. So if it stays like this, that would be a big 3 points in my prediction league. And still 1-1 between Preston and Hull, which will be another 3 points. A Barnsley equaliser will be another 3 points. A QPR goal will be another 3 points. So, I'm excited, really. I'm really, really excited. I'll be gutted, to be honest with you, if I don't get at least one correct score out of all of this, because it's clear to me that I've been relatively close for a good majority of the games. I'm still a little bit gutted I didn't back Stoke, because I was really close to backing Stoke, but I just thought, no, Stoke aren't going to score many, but I was clearly wrong with that. A Huddersfield goal will give me another 3 points as well, so there's been a lot of games that have gone really close at the moment. Right, yeah, red card for Port Vale, not good for them, especially I think their game is currently 0-0 or is it 1-0? I can't remember. Kelty Hearts, yeah, Scottish team. Yeah, I think they're a recently promoted team. In fact, well, I think that one game actually probably the most furthest out is actually Luton and Peterborough. I need both teams to score in that game to get my score right. Although I have got the correct outcome, which will be 1 point, which I'll take at this point. Still 1-0 to Morecambe in the game between Ipswich at Portman Road, which is quite outstanding. My voice is cracking all over the place now, but this is what happens when I talk for, I don't know how long this stream has gone on, but it's been going on an hour and a half straight. Wow, right. So we are roughly in the 55th minute or so. So we've got another 35 minutes left of football. Who knows what's going to happen? We could have a lot more goals. You're trying to join the Gaffer League, but it keeps saying the code is wrong. That's very bizarre, actually. I don't know why it keeps saying that, because maybe double check if you've put a space, because sometimes, if I copy and paste it, I might have included a space. If you get rid of that space in the beginning, it might work. I think that was an issue we had last time, but if it still doesn't work, then just keep putting it in, and then, eventually probably should work. But a couple of people have had issues with it. In fact, Charlie did have an issue with it, and I've definitely sent him the same code, so maybe Charlie could help you with that. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, it was 1-0. Yeah, Northampton were playing against them. Yeah, so, yeah, not good for Port Vale at all. That it's the worst thing they could hope for, really, then. Yeah. That was a bit of fake news there. Glad I wasn't on Benjamin Bloom for that. It would have been my time in the sin bin if I were to deliver that sort of news. Right, we're getting a lot of goals in Scotland at the moment. A little bit of a drought in terms of the English goals at the moment, which, right now I'm not complaining too much because it means I'll get plenty of points in the Prediction League. Yeah, I think also it's also down to how many people are online as well. Because sometimes Gaffer is really slow because it's not made by the biggest of companies. It's still it's not a huge website. Right, it looks like Wimbledon have just equalised against Doncaster. That's a big goal. Wimbledon equalising against Donny, and it is Ayub Asal with the goal. So they weren't too behind. They weren't behind for too long. So fair play to Wimbledon there. I think I've noted down all the goals. Right now, I've just remembered I've predicted the Bristol City and Blackpool game to end in 1-0 as well. Oh my gosh. Right. Honestly, as little goals from the Championship as possible would be great. I would love a Huddersfield goal right now. I would love a QPR goal right now. What else would I like? So I've got Blackburn currently right. Bristol City currently right. I would love a Barnsley goal as well. A Huddersfield goal would do me well. 1 goal for Luton and Peterborough would do me well. Preston and Hull could stay the same, thank you. 1 QPR goal would be nice. Stoke and Reading would be the only one I can't physically get right. But even if Reading equalise, that'll be 1 point. Wow. I mean, I tell you this. I don't want to say too much because clearly it's going rather well, but I don't want to jinx it. And obviously we've still got so much more of the football left. We've got still so much left. It does make me nervous, though. 1 goal from one of the sides that I've got predicted spot on could really ruin my league position. So let's keep calm. Let's just forget about, the pressures of doing well in the Prediction League and just enjoy this game. Swindon have just equalised against Scunthorpe. Jack Payne with a penalty. Swindon will be really wanting that they can really get a good result here. Financial mess they find themselves, but they've equalised against Scunthorpe. Thanks for everyone for liking the stream. We're on 22 likes right now. Could we maybe push for 25? That'll be a terrific target. And thank you for subscribing, all of you. We've gained 5 subscribers in this stream today. If we can, in fact, I think I've actually got my subscriber count open, actually. So let's quickly go to that now. So, guys, what will be fantastically appreciative? Could we maybe try and go for 715? Is that too ambitious? Is that too ambitious? But right now, we're 71% off the way there to 1,000 subs. So we are doing absolutely well. Let's try and keep this growth going. Right, they're just talking through Wimbledon's equalising goal here. And they may talk through Swindon's equalising goal as well. Being a bit quiet in the Championship right now. Gosh, you're just eagerly waiting for another Championship goal. This sort of thrill, that sort of thrill is what I've really missed for the past couple of months. It's not felt the same in the Euros, to be honest with you. You need Blackpool to score one. Well, I'd rather they don't, because I predicted 1-0 Bristol City. But fair play, we're all predicting different things. We all want different things. Well, Reading have just equalised. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a point at the moment. Reading have just equalised. A 4-goal thriller in that game. Liam Moore with the goal. Wow, if anyone had Liam Moore in your fantasy team, fair play to you, because he's just scored for Reading. Wow. Hang on a minute. Where's the ticking scores? It's there. Wow, what a game this is turning out to be. I did not expect a 4-goal thriller in that game. I really did not. I won't lie. The last 3 games of the Bet365 was 0-0 with those games. And it looks like they wanted to wrong the right and actually catch up with all the goals they probably should have scored. Wow. 2-2 in that game. Portsmouth have just taken the lead against Fleetwood. And it is Lee Brown with the goal. Portsmouth, another team that faded away, a bit similar to Doncaster. They definitely would be having high expectations, and they've got a good enough manager in Danny Cowley. Let's see if they can get into the top 6 or get promoted this season back to the Championship, which I think will be the first time in over 10 years, around the same period as Peterborough. If Reading win, you get a point. Okay, well, right now, a draw would give me a point between Stoke and Reading right now. Looking at this, both sides have not defended too well between Stoke and Reading, to be honest. If it doesn't work, then I suggest waiting a few hours and then try. Yeah. I think naturally, Gaffer just sometimes just takes too long. It's just sometimes, if there's a lot of people on it, it's really difficult to get things done. Wow, my heart. I'm not even supporting any of these teams, but this is really going to shape up the table. In fact, let's actually see what the table is looking like right now. Right, let's get rid of that subscriber thing. Oh, SofaScore, please work. Why aren't you working now? Are really too many people on SofaScore right now? Let's actually try and fix this. Am I going to have to reopen SofaScore and see if I can fix it? Well, I've been hearing Preston have been a better team in the second half, but it looks like they're not had any luck finding the opening goal at the moment. Don't know what's going on with SofaScore. Why is it not working now? I'm connected to my strongest Wi-Fi as well. There's clearly too many people on this. Maybe it's like similar with Gaffer. Why are so many people on SofaScore? And SofaScore should be good enough to deal with all of this. Well, Bristol Rovers have just equalised against Mansfield. That's a big goal for the Bristol team here. Right, let's try and get back. Come on. Oh, come off it. Please. Why can't I see my Championship? Right, let's... There was a mistake in the video printer. So, Kean Harris has scored for Bristol Rovers. I want to show you the league table. In fact, what I could do is instead go on BBC Sport. Oh, I really need the toilet, but I don't really want to miss a minute of this. It's still 1-1 between Derby and Huddersfield, which honestly I think they would take at this point. Okay, I want to see tables and I want to see Championship. Because I know BBC update their tables. Right, let's try and zoom out a bit. just so we can fit the full table in. Right, still 2-1 between Blackburn and Swansea at the moment. Let's go back to capture. Okay, so as you can see, Blackburn, Bristol City, Cardiff, Luton, Reading are top 5. West Brom, Bournemouth right there. And then you've got Stoke, Huddersfield, Hull, Millwall, Derby, Preston, Queen's Park Rangers. Look at that, Swansea 21st and Barnsley, Blackpool and Peterborough in the bottom 3. Wow, that's quite interesting to say the least. Swansea all the way down in 21st there. Not good. Well, Bolton have just taken the lead against MK Dons. Fogdad and Fogden will be screaming out of their seats. Wow, who's just scored for Bolton here? I've literally just seen the goal pop through. I've not been able to see it. Who scored? It is Amadou Bakayoko. So Bolton, with their return to League One, they have scored and they are winning against MK Dons, who had a pretty good season last time, but maybe now managerless after Russell Martin has left. It could be a bit more of a tough season for MK Dons now. Obviously the side based in Milton Keynes. Wow, okay, so in that period, we've not really had a goal from the Championship. So we've had a real Championship drought at the moment. But I say that, you know, we've still got 20 or so, well, just over 20 minutes left to play. So I think we'll still get plenty of goals. In fact, no, I do lie. The only goal we did see was the Reading equaliser. It was a good goal by Liam Moore there. And fair play if any of you have Liam Moore in your team. That would be, he'll be giving you so many points for that. I've never had these amount of viewers on my stream ever, which is really surprising. But wow, God, Benjamin Bloom's racking up 360 plus people. You would think that right now, if Ben wasn't streaming, then Jesus, this stream could really do well. Right, well, Ipswich have just equalised against Morecambe. Heartbreak for the Shrimps. They led for so long. But Ipswich do finally get their goal. It's Scott Fraser. And Sunderland have just taken the lead against Wigan. Ross Stewart scoring that goal. And remember, Sunderland with Wigan, they've only just started the second half in this game. So, an equaliser for Ipswich. Scott Fraser with that goal. A recent transfer, I think. And Sunderland and Wigan, Ross Stewart getting the second goal for Sunderland. I want Huddersfield to win personally because it would help with my prediction league. We can check League One table if you like. Let's do that now. An equalising goal for Barnsley against Cardiff. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to say anything. That's another score I predicted. 1-1 between Cardiff and Barnsley. Honestly, oh my gosh. This is quite amazing. Toby Sibic with the goal for Barnsley against Cardiff. I mean, last season, I got 3 correct scores in the opening day, which I was moderately surprised with. But right now, I don't want to count the amount of correct scores I've got at the moment because I don't want to jinx myself. Oh, gosh. Let's go to the League One table. So, look at this. Rotherham and Wycombe, the 2 recently relegated teams at the top, with Bolton 3rd, Sunderland, Burton and Oxford in the top 6, Portsmouth just outside. Then the rest of these sides drawing. There's Morecambe down in 15th. Charlton, who've still not played yet with Sheffield Wednesday. They're going to play against each other here. Wigan there with Cambridge. No, okay, well, I've lost one of my scores because Hull have just scored a second goal against Preston. Ben would be livid at this because Preston have been a better team in this second half. And it's Richard Smallwood, the captain for Hull City, who has scored the goal for Hull City. So that is one of my correct predictions gone. I mean, that's okay. That is okay. I don't mind that with the amount of games I've got right in the moment. But just as easy as that, you could lose a correct score. And just like that, Richard Smallwood has cost me one correct score. I did predict 1-1 in that game, but it's entered 2-1 now. Now, 1-1. Sutton have just equalised against Forest Green. That's a big scoreline for Sutton United. I mean, Ben didn't sound too impressed going into half-time. He's going to be even more livid now. And maybe me predicting Preston to finish 20th wasn't actually a bad prediction after all, even with Iverson in goal. I won't lie. Probably, the amount of turned faces I got from Preston fans if they saw me predicting Preston in 20th, I just had a really bad feeling about Preston. It's not, I can't be biased and whatever. And it looks like I might recall it. I mean, look, it's opening day of the season, so it's really difficult to say that, this is going to be the outcome for the rest of the season. But it doesn't make for good reading. That's what I'd say. Thank you so much for the support of the channel, by the way. We're still on 14 viewers. Thank you. Fraser. No, yeah, you're thinking of Ryan Fraser. You're thinking of, because Ryan Fraser is now at Newcastle. MK Dons have just equalised against Bolton. Fogden and Foddad would be not happy with that. And Swindon have just taken the lead against Scunthorpe. That's a big goal for the team really struggling with their finances right now. 2-2 between Bolton and MK Dons. What a game that has turned out to be. Bolton were ahead, but they've been pinned back by MK Dons. Yeah, Scott Fraser's a completely different player. You're thinking of Ryan Fraser from Newcastle. Right, Luton have just scored against Peterborough United. It's 2-0 to Luton Town. A Peterborough goal would make me get that scoreline correct. So Luton have scored the amount of goals that I want them now. But Peterborough need to score one goal. It's Harry Cornick who scored the second goal for Luton Town. We're 68 minutes in. So we've still got just over 20 minutes left to play. I think we're gonna get a flurry of goals come the end of it. Come the final few minutes of this match day. It's really, really burst to life now. You can't believe Hull are 2-1 up. I mean, some people predicted Hull to beat Preston. I knew, I knew what Hull were capable of, but at the same time, I felt Preston, they should relish this challenge because, for their defence, I don't think Hull are that good at it. For the fact that Reese has scored as quick as he was, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a cricket score. But clearly, Preston not really cut out in defence as we thought. But Keane Lewis-Potter doing unbelievably well for Hull, it sounds like. So Harry Cornick with the second goal for Luton Town. They are getting mauled by the Tigers, and Ben would hate that because I know he hates that chant as well. He despises that chant, and he would not love it. And he would know the last time Preston played against Hull, I think I might be right or wrong in saying, I knew the last time they played against Hull in the KCOM, well, I know it's not called the KCOM anymore, but I'm calling it that, they lost 4-0. So I don't think Ben has a fun experience facing Hull, but he is at home, so it's not like he's had to travel and then, it'll be a long journey back. Wow, that's a big scoreline there. A Preston equaliser won't do me too bad because it'll give me 1 point. In the Scottish League, Hearts have gone 2 goals up against St Mirren, so that'll be 2 wins out of 2 for Hearts at the start of the season, which would be a brilliant start by Hearts. They were promoted from the Scottish Championship, if you remember right. Had a dreadful season the season before in the Scottish Premiership, but looking like they've responded really, really well to that relegation and are having a brilliant start in the Scottish Premiership. Thanks to the 15 of you watching. I do appreciate all of you supporting. We are on 710 subscribers still. If we could really push maybe even to 712, 713, we'll be brilliantly appreciative if we can just get a couple more. Tranmere have just taken the lead against Walsall. And if we can push to 25 likes, that'd be terribly appreciated as well. We're really close to that target as well. So, yeah, we're doing really well, guys. Thank you so much for the support today. I've really appreciated that. Well, what a comeback this is by Wimbledon. They're now 2-1 up against Doncaster, falling behind in the second half. That's a brilliant comeback by Wimbledon, who have been a bit worried because they've lost their top goal scorer from previous seasons. Right, well, I know I'm not going to get Luton and Peterborough right because Luton have just scored a third. Luton are definitely turning it on big time in the Championship. And I don't know who scored. They won't say. They won't tell me who's got. It's Fred Onyedinma who scores his first goal for Luton Town in the Championship. Peterborough already It's not looking good for them in their return to the Championship after a 9-year absence. Not looking good for Peterborough, but it looks like Luton have played unbelievably well. And did I not say, look out for Luton Town? They are going to be a team who may shock some people. We've criticised Luton for not scoring enough goals. I mean, they just scored 3 goals in one game today. Something we don't see all that often. So Luton may be a surprise package in this season. You know, we keep going on about Queensborough Rangers, but I think not enough. I think too many people are sleeping on Luton Town, you know. They've really got the quality there. They really do. So Luton 3-0 up. I think I've changed the scoreline there. I hope I have changed it. I don't know if I have. But we've got some big results to talk about today. All right, I think I've guaranteed I'm going to get 1 point with Luton and Peterborough, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so yeah, 2-1 between Blackburn and Swansea. Brereton and Gallagher with the goals for Blackburn. Jamie Patterson getting the goal for Swansea. Bristol City and Blackpool. Chris Martin getting the goal for Bristol City. Cardiff and Barnsley 1-1. Marlon Pat with the first goal for Cardiff. Toby Sibic for the equaliser for Barnsley. Derby 1, Huddersfield 1. Naby Sarr for Huddersfield, but the opener come from Curtis Davis. Luton 3, Peterborough 0. Cornick, Adebayo, and just now, I can't even remember who scored. Fred Onyedima with the goal. Stoke 2, Reading 1. It was Nick Power, the first goal. John Swift equalising, but then it was... Oh, no, it was 2-2. My mistake. It was 2-2. So it was Nick Power, the first goal. John Swift equalised. Jacob Brown with 2-1, and Liam Moore with the equaliser for Reading. Have I missed any more? I don't know if I've missed any more. I might have missed a couple. Oh, Preston 1, Hull 2. So, yeah, it was Reece Jacobson with the opening goal for Preston. An equaliser by Keane Lewis Potter. And just now, Richard Smallwood, the captain for Hull, making it 2-1 Hull. So, that's a good summary, I guess, of what's been going on. In fact, I've only just noticed that one game between St Mirren and Hearts is the only game in the Scottish Premiership. That's a big result. Hearts would overtake Rangers because, of course, Rangers lost their first game in over... I think it was 11 months, wasn't it? Or just over a year. An unbelievable result for Dundee United for beating Rangers in that way. But Hearts, at this rate, will be top of the Premiership, which is unbelievable. It's going to match their season before they got relegated, when they were actually like in the top of the Scottish Premiership for quite some time before Celtic caught up with them. Right, well, Cambridge have just equalised against Oxford. That's a big goal for Cambridge, of course, making their debut in the League One campaign as well, alongside with Oxford. I've not actually changed either of those games. So, yeah, I've now got a goals. I don't think we've got a 0-0. Yeah, we've not got a single 0-0 in any of these games now. Goals galore, which is exactly what we want to see in the Championship and League One. What an unbelievable goal we've just seen. Morecambe have just taken the lead again against Ipswich, and it's Cole Stockton again with a goal for Morecambe. This is a really shocking result for Ipswich, but the Shrimps have now taken the lead again. Cole Stockton is going to be the hero. 2-1 to Morecambe. God, I don't know what Benjamin Bloom must be thinking. He must be pulling all of his hair out. Literally all of it. Wow, that's a really big result, That's probably the most shocking result I've seen out of those two leagues so far. Ipswich 1, Morecambe 2. Bristol Rovers are down to 10 men, which is not good for them. They did just equalise as well, so it's not good. It's not a good sign for Bristol Rovers that they're down to 10 men. But wow, that's going to be the story of the day, I think. Morecambe beating Ipswich. Big result, that. Big result. Undoubtedly, it'll be talked about. Right, but moving to the Championship, we've got some big results. Hull, newly promoted Hull, beating Preston. They're the only newly promoted side getting a win so far. Blackpool and both Peterborough are losing in their away games. In fact, all three of the newly promoted sides are away from home. A bit harsh, I think. But Hull doing very, very well. They're the only newly promoted side winning at the moment. So you've got to give some credit for Hull. And I know I predicted Hull to finish 23rd. I'm already fearing the worst for this prediction. I think Keane Lewis, Potter, Manic, Wilson, McGuinness is probably going to be a couple of players that are probably going to prove me wrong this season. It's just going to be down to consistency in the end of this. So we're in, some games have reached the 80th minute. Some have reached 75th minute and stuff like that. So at this time, we're getting towards the final 15 minutes of this game. So right now, I don't want to say how many correct scores I've got at the moment. Right, it looks like we had a chance between Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall. A goal for Queen's Park Rangers right now would do me so much good right now. It really would. Because I know Ben predicted 1-1, which is what the current score is. But if I get a Queen's Park Rangers goal, that would really put me in a good advantage. A Millwall goal would not do any of us good. And in a way, it probably would be the fairest result. But a close game between QPR and Millwall. And I'm a bit annoyed because I was thinking of doing 1-1. Because Millwall do like a draw now and again. It's what they did so well under Rowett last season. But I thought it would be a little bit different this year. But clearly, it has not been the case so far. Okay, they were just looking at Stoke and Reading. It's still 2-2 there. Didn't think that was going to be the game with the most goals, but it's a championship. You know, this is a typical championship result. You know, you don't expect these two sides to score plenty of goals, but they've completely proven us wrong here. So, yeah, most of the game's now entering the 80th minute, so we're approaching the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time now. This is going to be quite the climax, methinks. Let's actually remind ourselves on what the table's doing. So let's get out of League One. We'll quickly look at League One. So Rotherham, Wickham, Wimbledon up there with them winning, and Morecambe in the top 6 by them winning as well. Burton and Sunderland up there with Portsmouth, Bolton up there as well. MK Dons right there. Wigan in 20th right now. Fleetwood, Accrington, Plymouth, and Shrewsbury in the bottom 4. Now let's look at the Championship and see what we have here. So Luton at the top with Hull. Blackburn 3rd with Bristol City, Reading with West Brom 6th, and Bournemouth just outside. Stoke, Barnsley, Huddersfield. I mean, basically, all of these sides are drawing, which is why they're down there. Excuse me. And in the bottom 3, you've got Peterborough, and then the 2 northwest clubs, Blackpool and Preston, in the bottom 3, with Swansea just above them. Whoa, this is going to be a really interesting opening game, I'll tell you that. I probably wouldn't want to speak to Ben right now because I don't think he'd be too pleased with what he's seen. It's clearly, you know, I think they're having more of the ball, but they're just not creating the chances. A bit similar with Swansea. Derby and Huddersfield still 1-1. A goal for Huddersfield would really, really do me well. Really would do me well. I tell you what, it's just... So many of these games right now, I want to stay the scorelines because I've got them correctly predicted. But also a couple of them, if they just have one goal, it could really, you know, change the outcome completely. And I tell you what, we've just had a 5th goal in the University of Bolton Stadium. MK Dons have just taken the lead. Unbelievable. Bolton were 2-1 up. Fogden and Fogdale would have been celebrating. But they've just conceded 2 quick goals in the second half, and I think it's Hiram Boateng who has just scored for MK Dons. That is quite astounding. It's a terrific comeback by MK Dons again, but Bolton were in the driving seat for winning, and now they're behind. What an unbelievable couple of games we've got right now. I mean, the chat's been quite quiet right now. I think everyone's just so eagerly focused of what's going on, really. I mean, I'm the same. I keep looking to my left-hand side, seeing what's going on. Cardiff and Barnsley still looks like it's still 1-1 there. Oh, my gosh. Well, we're pretty much approaching the 85th minute now, so this is when it's going to get really, really nervy. Really nervy now. I think right now, I mean, it's looking like it's going to stay as a draw, but I don't want to jinx too much because that's what I predicted. I predicted a draw between Cardiff and Barnsley. Wow. Could have an unbelievable start here. It's been quite quiet in the chat right now, but thank you to the 15 of you watching. Let's quickly go to capture, actually, and we can look at some first stats. Right now, I don't know why SofaScore doesn't want to work. Oh, there we go. Looks like SofaScore has just recovered. I was going to say, you know, I've not been able to look at my highlights because SofaScore won't work, but now it's working. So let's do this. 1-0 with Bristol City and Blackpool. Look at this. Very, very little momentum there. But then it looks like Blackpool slightly ending the better side there. I mean, it's not by much, to be honest. Luton and Peterborough. Right, well, I think there's been an error at SofaScore. Well, I can tell you Blackpool came so close to scoring. They've just hit the post against Bristol City. So Blackpool this close to equalising. I think there was an issue with SofaScore, which is why we can't see all of his highlights. But look at this. Luton definitely doing the better in terms of the momentum there. QPR, it's been back and forth. So Millwall being the better side, it looks like at the moment. With Preston and Hull, generally Hull have been better. But then Preston, edging it in terms of their momentum there. You'd be a bit surprised that they're losing at the moment. Huddersfield looking the better side against Derby right now, so they're seeking for the winner. Generally, between Stoke and Reading has been quite even. Cardiff and Barnsley has been a bit hit and miss in between. It's just been chopping and changing the momentum, like a lot of these games actually. And then Swansea looking like they've been the better side here, but once again, just not quite getting that second goal. Well, what an unbelievable game we've had at the Bet365 Stadium. We've just got a fifth goal, and it's Stoke who've just scored the fifth goal, and it's Sam Surridge on his debut who has scored. I can tell you this, I think he could be one of the transfers in the whole championship. What an impact he has given to that Stoke side. It is 3-2 to Stoke City. What a game this has turned out to be. Just got back from a hot drink. Fair enough. What hot drink did you have, Jack? Any chance of a shout out? Maybe watching the stream. That's been brilliant. Well, yeah, big shout out to you, Steadies YouTube. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Everyone, give Steadies YouTube a shout out as well. We always try to mix with the fans in the best way that we can. Right. That probably made no sense, but right now I'm just so engrossed in what I'm seeing in this madness that is the first game of the season, which is always what you see in the championship. It's complete madness, and right now we're just trying to absorb all the goals in. Blackpool came so close to equalising just now. They just hit the post. I've just seen that chance. Really close. Bristol City just about holding the lead there. Right now, in terms of the League One teams who have impressed me, in Wycombe and Rotherham, they've returned to League One, being relegated from the championship last season. But right now, they're now both 2-0 up in their respective games. Wycombe beating Accrington and Rotherham beating Plymouth Argyle. So fair play to both of them. They really are doing really, really well at the moment. So fair play to the two recently relegated sides in the Championship, not quite Premier League, to the Championship. They're doing really, really well. We're waiting for the third relegated team of the Championship to play. Sheffield Wednesday play against Charlton literally in the next hour or so. Thank you so much, man. I do truly appreciate it. So that's a 7-11. Thank you. What an unfortunate number. 711 subscribers. Thank you so much, man. I do truly appreciate that. I'm going to try not to say that again. Right, apparently Lincoln have come close to taking the lead against Gillingham there. I'm not going to say it, my sub count like that again. That's what I would say. Or if anything, I'd wish someone would sub very, very quickly, so I don't have to say that again. Who's ready for a 0-0 later? Not me. I don't really want a 0-0, preferably. Right, we are in the final couple of minutes now. We're nearly hitting the 90-minute barrier in terms of most of these games. Some games have already finished. Oh, my gosh. I'm looking at some of these games thinking just one goal in a couple of these games could really, really change my outcome in the prediction league in a good way, but also in a bad way as well. It is literally on a knife's edge. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, okay, so Wycombe have just conceded. Accrington with a goal. Could be game on, actually. 86th minute in Adams Park. Wycombe got to be very, very careful now. Accrington Stanley get one back, so it's not been quite so comfortable. They've been grateful for Gareth McCleary scoring twice, but Matt Butcher scoring one late goal for Accrington in the 86th minute. It's not too late for them. Blackburn and Swansea, they're still in the 87th minute. Still 2-1 to Blackburn, and they're just edging Swansea at the moment. I wouldn't put it past them for one of the teams to score, though, because it's been a very open game, that one. I've been really moderately impressed. With Derby and Huddersfield still 1-1. We're in the 88th minute right now. Derby would really take a draw at this stage. Huddersfield looking like they've been the better team in the last couple of stages. They'd be wanting a second goal. You support Barnsley, hoping for an 8 winner. I do like Barnsley. I do like what they're all about. But right now, I preferably wouldn't, because I've predicted a 1-1 draw between Cardiff and Barnsley. And that is currently what the result is at the moment. Right now, I don't know who I would back between Cardiff and Barnsley. It's been relatively close. So I've been relatively impressed by both teams. Right, Preston and Hull have had a bit of a delay. In the 83rd minute they are playing at. So Preston do have more time than any other team in the Championship to get a goal. Which is probably what they need, to be honest. They really need to try and, just take their chances, because it's clear that they've not taken their chances. There's not been too many 0-0 draws. And in fact, one of those 0-0 draws has just got their first goal. Hartlepool have taken the lead against Crawley. And here's Jeff. He's celebrating away. He's absolutely ecstatic with that. The crew can't believe it either. But in the 88th minute, and a last-minute goal for Harrogate might have just earned them all 3 points against Rochdale. Wow, what a result that is. Warren Burrell with the third goal for Harrogate, in the 91st minute. Unbelievable. This is some real drama we're seeing right now. Really, the last couple of minutes as well. Oh my gosh, but heartbreak for Sutton. Hartlepool have just scored. But as they've just been celebrating it, Forest Green have just scored their second goal against Sutton. Ebo Adams with the goal. And I've just reacted. I just spoke and just, literally just froze in disbelief, because I've just noticed Hull have scored a third goal against Preston. And it is just going so wrong for Preston. And it's Josh McGuinness who has scored for Hull. Daniel Iverson back in goal. He's conceded 3 goals to a newly promoted side. It is not a very good showing for Preston whatsoever. I can't see Preston getting back into this. And right now, right now, because Peterborough are losing by 3-0, Preston won't be last place in the table. But right now, what a win this is for Hull. Hull would find themselves second place following this result. Wow, this is some game. This 3-1 to Hull, big result. Cardiff and Barnsley has ended 1-1. All right, I shouldn't celebrate. I'm really sorry, Steady YouTube, your team didn't win, but that's a correct score already. That is 3 points on my prediction league, because I predicted 1-1 for that game. Okay, this is a good start. What I need now is Queen's Park Rangers and Huddersfield to score their goals, and that would really put me in a great position. Kevin Ellison has just scored for Newport against Oldham in the 88th minute. Heartbreak for Oldham. They were holding Newport to a 0-0 draw, but Kevin Ellison has just got the goal for Newport. 88th minute as well. I think now the only 0-0 draws so far in the EFL are now Carlisle and Colchester and Exeter and Bradford. Of course, Colchester will be one of the teams that gets a 0-0 draw in the opening game. Literally out of a possible, I can't even do the maths right now, but basically 1 in 30 odd games. Of course, Colchester will be the one that ends 0-0. No, see, the thing is, I'm celebrating it because I got a correct score. I won't celebrate in terms of a team not being able to win. Honestly, I think they've both earned it. I think they've both earned their draw. I think it's been a really good game by both teams. Right, apparently someone's close to winning the £1 million jackpot. They need 1 goal. I've not heard what goal they need. Maybe it's a goal for, I don't know. I think it may be a Bristol City or Blackpool goal, because they're going to see Smith right now, who's covering that game. But right now, I'd rather they don't score, because Bristol City 1, Blackpool 0 is what I predicted. So come on, Bristol City, just please hold on. 2 correct scores to start off the season would be an unbelievable start for me. Oh my gosh. You know what? Oh my gosh, we've just had an equalising goal in the Bolton Community Stadium. It's 3-3 between Bolton and MK Dons. I think you need to check out Fogden's video later, because it's going to be an unbelievable video. It looks like someone made a good save between Derby and Huddersfield. Wow, it is Alex Baptiste with a 95th minute goal. Oh my God. Well, I've just lost out in predicting Bristol City, right? Because Blackpool have just equalised in the final minute, the 93rd minute. QPR has just finished 1-1. Shane Lavery with the equalising goal. Wow, Bristol City were ahead for so long in that game, but they've thrown it away. Oh, that is 3 points taken away from me like that. Oh, God. Oh, that's painful. That is a painful one, that. And Derby and Huddersfield's just ended 1-1 as well. Oh, my gosh. Is there any more points I could get? I don't know if there is. I think that's the only one I could get now. Well, no. Blackburn and Swansea still 2-1. Oh, my gosh. And Blackburn nearly just scored again. They've just hit the post. Oh, my gosh. All right, just Blackburn and Swansea. Just please stay. I want 2 correct scores, please. Oh, my gosh. I'm literally sweating. My goodness me. Oh, that equaliser from Blackpool was so painful. I was this close getting the game right. But Shane Lavery, last minute, Shane Lavery has scored it. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the sort of pain we deal with. You know, we got elation pain, but also pain, that just really tugs at our heartstrings in a bad way. But it's what football's all about. Luton have beaten Peterborough emphatically by 3-0. What an unbelievable performance that is for Luton Town. Brilliant win by their part, but what a poor showing that has been for Peterborough United. Come on, Blackburn, please end your game. Why is it still going? Joe Rothrow has been given a yellow card. Oh my God, Bristol Rovers, who've been down for 10 men for so long, have just conceded a 96th minute penalty, and Danny Johnson has scored it. Pain for Bristol Rovers. In their debut back to League Two, they lose. Not a really good showing at all for Bristol Rovers. That's literally the worst result they could ask for. 2 more predictions, right? Bristol and Luton game. I was so close getting the Bristol game. That equaliser from Lavery would have got me my second correct score. If Blackburn hold out for a 2-1 win, that would be 2 correct scores for me, which actually would not be too bad. I would take 2. Oh, what absolute pain for Morecambe. They've just equalised. Well, they've just conceded in the 91st minute, and it's one of Ipswich's new transfers, Macaulay Bonne, who has just equalised for Ipswich. Ipswich may have just rescued a point. Stoke and Reading have ended 3-2. What a game that has been at the Bet365 Stadium. So we've only got 2 games left to finish. Blackburn and Swansea, for some reason, is still going in the 96th minute. Come on. Oh my gosh, we've got a 5th goal in the Preston, in Deepdale, and it's a 4th. Oh my gosh, it's Andy Cannon. Why did I not include him in my team? I should have included Andy Cannon. I am so gutted at that. Oh my gosh. It's a 4th goal for Hull, and Hull will be joint top with Luton. Wow. Oh God. Preston. Oh, this is not good for them. Not good for Preston whatsoever. Really, really not a good showing for Preston. At Deepdale too, to lose 4-1. Oh my goodness me. This could be a season to forget for Preston. Alright, okay, Blackburn and Swansea has ended 2-1. It's just ended full time. That's 2 correct scores. Right. You know what? I would have taken 2 correct scores at this point. How does it do me with points? I don't know how well I've done in terms of points. If I can calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 points I've gained from these games. Not brilliant, not great, but not terrible. That's how I'd analyse my performance there. Reading could have saved it. I needed Queen's Park Rangers and Huddersfield to score, man. That's what I needed, but they just didn't happen. Lewis Potter was a coup for me. Well, it really was, because Lewis Potter's really helped, your team score. He's gotten a goal and an assist, I think. Tom Ease has even been on and gaining an assist. I tell you what, it's not a really good showing at all. I cannot believe what score I'm seeing. 4-1 between Preston and Hull. It's the 93rd minute. Preston would just want this game to end as soon as they can. What an unbelievable set of results, though. Let's go to capture now. There's no point of us looking at the screen anymore. Let's review Bristol City and Blackpool. So, look at this. So, Bristol City being generally the better team in the first half, and it got their goal just before half-time. So the score went wrong, so we can't look at this. But look at this. Blackpool really ended well. Sam Bell got booked for time wasting. Josh Bowler with the assist, and Shane Lavery scores. Oh, so Bristol City were in the driving seat, but they just couldn't do it. Let's see the stats. So in the overall play, it is 50-50 in possession, 11 shots to 7. So look at this. Blackpool just edged Bristol City, but they scored with the only shot on target they had in the entire game. Only 2 shots on target from Bristol City there. 8 shots off target to 6. 1 block shot for Bristol City. 2 corner kicks to 4. 13 fouls to 10. 4 big chances and 3 missed for Bristol City. That's what they're really going to look at and thinking that they should have done better. But Blackpool looking like they hit the woodwork and came really close, and they've been trying to attack from the counter-attack. 9 shots to 5 inside the box, 2 from outside the box each, and 1 save from Maxwell there. 369 passes to 368. Look at that, only 1 pass within it. That is literally as close as you can get. 241 passes to 239 there. Really, really close, to be honest. But yeah, overall, Bristol City, I think, will be disappointed with this. Blackpool would feel like they've scraped it with their only 1 shot on target. But Blackpool have done well. They've competed well. They've matched Bristol City in a way. And they've stuck with it. And fair play for them to get that attitude to eventually get the goal. Right. It's just ended 4-1 to Hull. Bad result for Preston. But let's look at Luton and Peterborough now. So yeah, overall, it's been pretty much Peterborough and Luton with the better of it. Peterborough edging the possession. But look at that, 12 shots to 4. Only 1 shot on target from Peterborough to the 6 from Luton. 3 shots off target to 1 there. 3 block shots to 2. 7 corner kicks to 2 there. 2 offsides to 1. 18 fouls. Look at the amount of fouls Luton have had. I mean, it's good if they wanted to swap the play, but they've got to be careful with that tactic. It can definitely cost them if they get a couple of suspensions in. 5 yellow cards from Peterborough. That's quite astounding. So 7 fouls out of those 5 have been from yellow cards. 4 big chances and 1 big chance missed. So Luton have been very clinical in their moment. 7 shots inside the box to 1. 5 shots outside the box to 3 there. 3 saves made by the Peterborough goalkeeper, who I believe is not... who is he? I've forgotten his name. It is... Yeah, Christine Pinn. That's it. So he's made 3 saves, to be fair. So it's kept the scoreline down. 409 passes to 391 there. But look at that. Just more of the play. Just better play. Just gone for Luton. Not good showing there. Let's look at QPR and Millwall. Bender has to be man of the match. Oh, for Swansea. Yeah, I'd think so as well. Miner Green is very happy with Luton's performance. I'm not surprised. Can we check fantasy teams? We can do that when we can. So QPR 1, Millwall 1 is how it ended. So overall, it's looked so close, but just no one got that second goal. 59 to 41. So Queensborough Rangers having a bit more with the ball. Look at that, 11 shots to 10, very close there. 4 shots on target to 3, 4 shots on target to 6, 3 block shots to 1 there. 7 corner kicks to 5 there, 1 offside to 0 here. 11 fouls to 18 fouls here. 3 yellow cards to 0 here. 1 big chance, and both missed 1 big chance, clearly. 1 counter-attack, 1 counter-attack shot for Millwall, which is interesting to see them play from the counter-attack. 9 shots outside the box, 9. So look at that. Queensborough Rangers looking like they've really struggled to break down this Millwall side, which is expected because Millwall are really good at the back. 3 saves from Millwall's goalkeeper, Bill Kowski. Yeah, Ben's not happy. I've just seen him tweet. 435 to 298. 329, 76% there, yeah. 169, yeah, yep. Really, really close. Really, really close there. And speaking of Ben and Preston, let's look at what went wrong here. So, looking at this, Preston started all right, but look at this bit of play from Hull there. And then in the second half, nothing's really happened. Then it was mainly Preston trying to push, ahead. But then Hull just completely turned it around. Really, really shocking, really. 52 to 48% possession, 16 shots to 7. 16 shots from Hull City. 5 on target, so 5 of their shots on target came from 4 goals. Wow. 4 shots on target to 2, 7 block shots to 1, 5 corner kicks to 2, 5 offsides to 1, 9 fouls to 6. Big chances, they had 1, and they actually took their chance. That was their goal. 2 big chances, and in fact, Hull took both of those chances as well. 8 shots inside the box. 8. Look at that. And just Preston. Just look at this. 3 saves from Rudd/Iverson there. And overall, you look at, Hull just playing the better stuff. More accurate passes, more accurate crosses. And Preston doing more long balls, being a bit more direct in terms of their play, which is not something they're used to. 7 dribbles to 14 there. 138 possession lost. And that defending from Preston looks good, but that's because they were needed to, because Hull just really, really overloaded them with their attack. Not being a good start whatsoever. Let's quickly look at Derby and Huddersfield. I think Derby should be proud to hold out to a draw there. They've done really, really well. 50-15 possession, 17 shots to 11 there, 6 shots to 3, 7 shots to 3 there. So yeah, Huddersfield probably being the better side. 6 corner kicks to 4, 2 offsides to 1, 17 fouls to 15 there. 2 big chances and both 1 big missed chance. So to be fair, really, really matching in that circumstance. But accurate passes, long balls and crosses, Huddersfield have done a bit better. Then maybe Huddersfield have just edged them, and it's probably that. I think that actually might be the fairest result. But I think Huddersfield, based on those chances, may have just slightly edged Derby, and I think they were quite unlucky. 3-2 between Stoke and Reading. Look at this momentum here, back and forth. And there's really much been back and forth in the entire game. Anyone could have won it. But Tommy Smith, with 2 assists, probably would be getting a big shout-out. But also Sam Surridge with his debut goal, scoring the winner. 47% to 53% possession here. 18 shots to 11. 6 shots to 5. 6 shots to 4 there. And this is exactly what I wanted to see from Stoke, just taking more chances. Scoring 3 goals is, already giving me more confidence in Stoke this season. 9 corner kicks to 6, 2 offsides to 1, 16 fouls to 7 there. Yeah, a bit similar with, I can't remember who it was, Luton there. We've got to be a bit careful with that, otherwise they could have a load of suspensions from that. 2 big chances, 1 big chance missed from Stoke. So Reading have been clinical when they needed to be, but unfortunately they just didn't have enough of those chances. Overall, Reading playing the better stuff, but Stoke creating the more chances and taking them. Penultimate game, Cardiff Barnsley, ended 1-1. So 45 to 55%. So Barnsley done more with the possession, which you do expect. Mick McCarthy's teams don't tend to have a lot of the ball. 10 shots each, 6 shots to Cardiff on target. So Cardiff, once again, proving that they can still have some really good chances despite not having a lot of the ball. Only 3 to Barnsley, but they both managed to get their 1 goal. 5 shots off target to 3. 1 block shot to 2 there. 4 corner kicks to 2 there. 6 offsides to 4. 7 offsides to 6. 2 big chances missed there. 5 shots inside the box to 4. 6 outside the box to 5. 5 goalkeeper saves for, who is in goal? Is it Brad Collins in goal? If so, then he has had a big performance. Big up Brad Collins for making those saves for Barnsley. Yeah, but overall, accurate passes. So the shorter playing, Barnsley have done a lot of, but in terms of the direct style, crossing and long balls, Cardiff have done better than that, which is not a surprise. And Cardiff doing the better defending, which doesn't surprise me. These stats don't surprise me. And finally, Blackburn and Swansea. So 71% possession. That's by far the most possession I've seen out of all of the teams. Only 29% possession from Blackburn, which is something we don't see often. But look at these shots. The amount of shots they've conceded. 21 shots to 7. 10 shots to 4 on target. 9 shots on 1 there. 2 block shots each. 7 corner kicks to 5. 11 fouls to 10. 4 yellow cards to 2. 6 big chances and 4 of them missed. Blackburn could have really scored a cricket score there. They've even hit the woodwork with one of those chances. 3 counter-attacks, 3 counter-attack shots, and 1 of them turned into a goal. That was the first goal they got under Sam Gallagher. 14 shots from inside the box to only 4 there. 7 shots outside the box to 3. I mean, I've got to be honest. But the fact that it was only 1 goal, I think Swansea are a bit... Excuse me, nearly burped there. I think Swansea are a little bit fortunate that it was actually this close. Jamie Patterson being very clinical, but even playing with a lot of the ball, they just did not create nearly enough. But before we move on to fantasy, let's look at the table. So, Hull and Luton, first place with a +3 goal difference. Stoke, third, with Blackburn, 4th, 5th, Bournemouth, and 6th, West Brom. Barnsley, Blackpool, just outside. Basically, all these teams drawn. The rest of these teams are still yet to play. But then the 4 teams who have lost their first game. Reading, 21st. Swansea in the bottom 3 with Preston, so Ben won't be happy. And Peterborough last. It's not a good sign for Preston or Peterborough. And even Swansea as well, based on that performance. It's not a good sign. Let's quickly go on Gaffer, and I'll evaluate and see how my team has done. So let's quickly refresh this. Whilst it's refreshing, I'll look at comments. Jada Big saying we can't defend. Is that you as a Reading fan? Because, yeah, they have conceded 3 goals against Stoke City. Look at Blues versus Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's going to be better when we look closer into kickoff, to be honest, because we still got a couple of hours to wait. Also, I'm streaming that game later, so we can look at it then, okay? Even though Swansea lost, it's not the worst result in the world. I mean, the fact that you only lost by 1, I think is a bit fortunate, to be honest. So I think it is not the worst result in the world. They could definitely move on from this. It's just down to if they can just find a goal scorer and can just be clinical with their chances. And it's something I'm going to be really worried about with Swansea this season. Oh, come on, Gaffer. Why aren't you working? You hope yours did good. Well, I hope mine did good as well. I just want to see my team. Come on. I cannot believe that possession, though. 71% from Swansea, and they still lost. I'm gonna probably reply to Ben's tweet. I might wind him up a little bit. How many consecutive seasons did Ben? If this is their 7th consecutive. And this is. I'm just gonna write a tweet quickly just to see if I can wind him up a little bit. I'll tell you what I've tweeted in a minute. Right. So basically, I found this out. Do you remember the video I made about the most points ever in the championship? I made a comment in that video saying when Preston had 7 consecutive seasons in the championship, they went down. That was in the 10-11 season when they went down with, I believe it was Scunthorpe and Sheffield United. And now, since getting promoted from League One against, I think it was Swindon they got promoted against. Or was it Swindon? I can't remember who they beat. But yeah, this is now their 7th consecutive season in the Championship. So I said, could be a sense of deja vu. So, not a good sign for Preston. I don't believe in this superstition stuff, but it is a very scary coincidence that right now, that in their 7th consecutive season, Preston get their worst result ever. Oh, come on, Gaffer. Why aren't you working? I'm going to have to open it in another tab and hope it works. Come on. I think everyone's just checking their teams now. Right, okay, look. It's loaded. So, how have I done? Come on. Oh, okay, 30 points I got. So, 2 from Barbe, 2 from McIntyre, 22 from Robertson, 2 from Grant, 2 from Dieng. Still got these 3 Sheffield United players to play and Mitrovic, so I still could get a load. Elias Chair not playing, which surprised me. But look at this Cannon on the bench. Should have replaced him for Elias Chair there. Let's look at the leagues now and see how everyone has done. So yeah, can't look at the Patreon league. You've got to subscribe to Ben's league for that. So apparently I'm second in that league, which is interesting. So is Owen winning at the moment? So how's everyone doing? So yeah, there's my team, 30 points. AZ Coyotes. Can we actually see these teams? So they've got 15 points as it stands. To be fair, a lot of his players are playing tomorrow. Okay, yeah, Johnny Bower's team. Yeah, okay, here's Charlie's. I don't know what that... oh, you've got multi-captain on. Did you do that on King Lewis Potter? I swear to God if you did. No, you didn't. It was on... Who was your captain? Oh, Mitrovic. I think that's that what multi-captain is. You get multiple points, I think. Risky. Playing your wild cards already, Charlie, I see. So because of that, you've got 41 points. Moat with 12 because he got the assist to the Callum Robinson goal. Lewis Potter with a goal and assist gets 12. Sluga with 2. He gets a clean sheet. So yeah, that would be a good amount of points. Dickey with 11 as well. Yeah, Charlie Brown's done really well here. I think he's going to be winning at the moment. How about Syed here? So he's got 10 at the moment. So yeah, a couple of his players are playing tomorrow. Owen, how's he doing with his one? 25, so he's only 5 points behind me. He's still got Worrell to play. So no Honeyman and no Albert Adoma there, so that's a bit of a blow by his part. Puskas wasn't featured too much there, but he's still got Joe Bryan to play. Josh Teen's Run the Foot Mark here. I know Run the Foot Market's here. Let's see what he's done. 20 points. Okay, that's looking decent. Brereton scored. Lucas Jow, captain. Bit of a risk, and unfortunately didn't pay off. And Jamal Lowe with only 3. Bender with 2, and fair play for that. You know, I think despite conceding 2, he does deserve it. I think he even probably deserved more than 2 points. Joshua Jones only on 11. So he had Declan running goal. He was very unlucky with that. Andre Varma getting 6, which I think is reasonable because I think he was involved in the first... No, he wasn't involved. He didn't get the assist, but he actually was playing a big part for Bristol City in their first goal. 15 points for BCFC Jack. And overall, I think I'm second place. Yeah, I'm second place. So I'll take that any day. Yeah, now it works. Yeah, I know. Typical, isn't it? Oh, now we're seeing the goals. Could have warned me. Could have warned me, Sky. I want to see the goals. All right. So here's Mallet Wilkes. Okay, so Preston don't close anyone. Oh, what's that defending from Jason Story here? I've just seen McGuinness's goal. Oh my gosh, that's poor defending by Jason Story there. It doesn't really close him down at all. Right, here's more. I think this is going to be the 4th goal. Tom Eves. And Cannon. Oh, Iverson would be disappointed with that. Gone right through him. Good by Tom Eves to keep the ball in play. Does a back heel to keep in play. Squares it to Andy Cannon. Wow, look at the Hull fans. They're absolutely ecstatic. But wow. That is some really poor defending by Preston. Really poor defending. I've just seen 2 of Hull's goals and really, really poor defending. And that's me being as polite as I could. God, I tell you what, I mean, if Preston defend like that, it's going to be a really long, hard season. And right now, if they do that and they don't have those strikers, I think Preston could be a really dangerous team to go down. I don't want to call it now. I could be wrong. Preston could turn this around, but right now, it's really been one of the worst things I've seen with Preston. Just the defending was atrocious there. But yeah, even with Iverson coming in, I'd expected him to do a little bit better there. Right. People are now giving Ben a bit of stick on the Patreon chat, which I think I might get involved with in a minute. So, okay, let's... I think this calls a good time to end the stream. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this stream today. 6 subscribers gained, which is amazing. And What have we done with the like target? We're on 24. Oh, it's so close to 25 likes. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. Wow. So, thank you guys for watching. 2 correct scores for me. It's been a very fun championship return. I'm really excited to cover the review video on Monday. Plus, I don't have work as well, so it's good. Please like the stream if you haven't. It does help. Please subscribe if you haven't. It does help as well. And please share this channel and this video to as many people as you can. Remember, I'll be back in the next 2.5 hours to cover Sheffield United and Birmingham. So it's not the end of me today. So I think that will wrap it up for the watch along today. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. You guys are legendary for the stream. And as always, I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'll see you in 2 hours' time. Take care, everyone, and have